Welcome back, everyone, to the final last lap of 2022. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Niran, looking dapper, mate. Why are we looking so sharp today?
We're looking so sharp because this is a very important day, Tommo, a very important day. The final race of the season. I can't believe you didn't introduce it as the last lap show, to be honest, because the last, but...
I bottled that opportunity.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
We're here for the final race of the season, and we'll be doing quite a lot today. We've obviously got the show, the live show that we'll be doing. We've got the podcast, obviously reviewing the race afterwards, and we'll be filming a special awards show as well for 2022. So stick around for that one, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I mean, you won't see it live, but you'll see it soon.
Yeah. Well, get subscribed and turn that notification bell on. So when we do our award show, when that goes out into the world, you won't be late. Now, let's introduce today's guests. Looking...
My goodness me.
Unreal.
I'm still upset at you. You told me about the suit yesterday. I've just moved house, and I'm in a baggy suit that don't belong to me, and a top hat he handed me as I walked in.
You don't realise that was all part of the plan. Zach Alsop.
I did wonder whether it was just going to be me with the suit. I was worried.
Very tempted, but Zach, mate, thank you very much for coming. King of the algorithm as well. First of all, Zach, what brings you here? Why are you on an F1 watch-along live show?
Your guess is as good as mine. I had nothing to do today. Normally I'm watching the F1 in my boxers on a sofa, so I thought, why not watch?
Well, no one can see that you've got...
Still around the rear as well, ladies and gentlemen.
But no, I'm honoured to be here, so thanks for the invite.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Yeah, don't go too harsh on me, the F1 community, all right?
Oh, no, they're very tolerant. Very, very tolerant. And, of course, Mattamys, Mr. Producer, on camera,
Hello.
Mr. Big, what's the video you put out? Mr. Big Views. Mr. Big Views. Video you put out a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
Gone over 500,000,
it's
mate.
doing all right. Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Also the Tom Scott of Motorsport, which is now my new nickname, which I'm just going to ride with because great. But yeah, it's awesome to be on the show. I'm probably going to cry at the end because it's a few of our favourite drivers leaving. Obviously, my boy Daniel's last race for now, but I do feel like I'm getting some little tweaks here of like I might be getting a bit emotional.
Tears might be flowing.
Get the tissues ready.
Safety car called due to your crying, perhaps. We'll see.
Mass flooding.
They're on the wets.
Get the into.
But yeah, we're back at Abu Dhabi. Last time we were here, it was a pretty nothing race, wasn't it?
It's pretty average, to be honest with you.
Forgettable.
Very forgettable. Yeah, there's definitely not stayed long in the memory, that one. But we're back in 2022. Actually, all of the track changes we had first for last season were mainly kind of build towards these new regulations of cars. So I'm very interested to see how this race pans out. But shall we take a look at the Abu Dhabi track map? You can't see, but Norbert. Vettel's
Big
dad.
Norb. Big Norb. What a man.
Big man Norbs.
Big man Norbs.
The vibes have been immaculate around Sebastian Vettel's final weekend in Formula One. Actually, let's briefly talk about that first, because that's been the end of an era.
Yeah.
Since he first jumped into that Sauber in, 2007, I think?
Yes.
He deputised in the US and scored points on his debut.
He was injured, innit? And he was like, come on down.
Vettel, end of an era.
Yeah, man.
What are your memories, Niran?
It's sad. Honestly, not best memory. You know what it is? He was one of those, he was dominated, obviously, in the early teens. And I was kind of like, oh, damn it, I want someone else. I want someone else to win. You know what I mean? You know them ones. But actually, like, looking back and realising how sick he actually was, it was crazy. That Toro Rosso drive where he won at Monza, insane, mate.
Unreal.
Absolutely unreal.
That's when he put his name on the map. Zach, what's your kind of earliest memories?
To me, I like the recent version of Vettel, the wholesome.
Yeah, I hear
turned
that.
into a bit of a Jesus figure. I feel the long hair, the long locks, and he's everyone's dad. That's the version of Vettel I love.
Not the finger wagging Vettel, multi-21 Vettel.
Way, where he was such like a villain before. People saw him as a villain, to now being like, this like complete opposite of that, and I love that.
Do you think that's age? It's got to be age.
Yeah,
But part of the resentment was because he was so dominant, and people typically when there is continued success, it was the same with Schumacher when he was just winning titles. It's been the same with Lewis.
Yeah.
Like it grows resentment.
Yeah.
Because no one likes domination in sport. In the end, you always live long enough to become the villain, I suppose.
And it's also because like he's as you said, he is older. He does have a family now with 3 lovely kids, and it's like when you have that different perspective on life, it does make you change how you kind of see the world. And ultimately, that's why, although he is retiring, he's not seeing it as like that's his sort of full life finish. He now wants to go on to the next chapter, whatever it might be.
Can you see Verstappen having this arc though? Grows his hair out, becomes slightly more likable.
You know what? It's difficult to imagine because right now, I feel like Max just lives and breathes racing. Like when he's not at the track, he's like iRacing. He's like he loves a bit of the esports side of things as well. But he has even said himself like, there's more to life than racing.
Yeah.
Could you imagine him talking politics on like the BBC? Like accepted that.
Man,
what was it that he
mad.
went on? I can't remember.
Like question.
I think it might have been actually.
Yeah. I remember that because he was like pictured on the train in London. Like,
Yeah.
Can't imagine that.
Max Verstappen with long hair, just standing. even regardless of what that then comes with, I need to see. I don't care.
I'd love to ask Seb when that, whether this different side of him has always been there, but he felt like he needed to kind of hide it. Or,
I feel like it
whether
must have
is
come
new.
through during Ferrari time, I feel like. Because he came into that being quite dominant in his first season. I remember that was one of my favourite memories of him is his first race win with Ferrari, because the team radio message over it is like, you've done it, Ferrari are now back, and it's his first time we heard like, grazie, ragazzi, sort of thing as well.
Yeah.
But then during that season, obviously never got the championship win with them. And I think partway through, maybe when like... Kimi sort of moved out and Leclerc came in. I think maybe that was potentially the switch then, to being like, okay, now it's no longer the peak, it's now going down a bit more, and then sort of opening the scope a little bit more. That's probably when I would say it would have changed for him.
Yeah, because I mean, staying at the very top and being consistent is always difficult. And Vettel's had his moments where he's kind of Leclerc 2020, Ricciardo 2014 as well. But I mean, keeping those levels up it must be incredibly
that's
intense.
The thing, like the Max Verstappen's life, I imagine, is very one-dimensional, right? It's all racing.
Yeah.
But as soon as you add in family and everything.
Yeah, of course.
Life becomes more colourful. But you suffer on the track a little bit.
Yeah.
But, I think it gives you perspective, doesn't it? That's why he's turned wholesome and.
Wow, that was an outfit.
Yeah,
that came. Did you see that?
Sorry, for full context, we're currently watching Sky Sports, and a guy with an amazing outfit, better than all of ours combined.
Yeah.
Very colourful.
I was expecting something like that from you, Matt. I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting, because I know you like
it's under the desk, unfortunately. I can't show, but
The trousers are on there.
if you could dress up like this for every race, I think you would.
Oh, mate, yeah. I mean, looking like a professional bartender or a magician, absolutely. I love this. I love this guy.
Also, we've got some
Bartender like
poll
that,
results for
magician
who's
like
dressed the best, and Niran has taken the vote with 49%.
With this pie, flipping
Matt, you
it.
only got
This is
6%.
rigged.
You only got
Absolutely
6%.
rigged.
I'm getting rid of
That is rigged. That's rigged. That's rigged. That hat is sensational.
No, bro, that's a pretty convincing victory as well, man.
Fair play.
We take those.
That's
Come on.
not a majority though, only 49%.
No,
I didn't even get a single vote.
Not
I didn't
getting
get a single
Parliament.
vote.
Yeah, you two could match up as a split government. 55% of the vote.
Coalition. Let's
I'm
have it.
offended I didn't get a single vote on that.
No, you got 6%. I'm told in the air. Yeah.
Thank you very
Close
much.
to the show, innit?
Yeah.
Come on, there is bias.
Yeah, there is bias.
It's clear bias.
Just seen Usain Bolt and Big Shaq,
Yeah,
by the way.
look,
that's what
Oh, he's back on.
Yeah.
He's back on.
Iconic link up.
They've got this. That is one hell of a drip, man.
Wow,
Look at
that is
that.
crazy. Wow. Fair fuck.
Do you know what that
Jeez.
is? That's money.
Play.
That's some cash money.
It looks like
cash
silk
money.
as well, so it'd be nice
Yeah.
on the
Beautiful.
uniform.
Yeah.
Right, let's get the old track map up then. Familiarise ourselves with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix track layout. 58 laps today, so it's a pretty long lap, Abu Dhabi. And you know what? I would say compared to the Abu Dhabi we've typically had with the track changes, Niran, I think they've improved it. I think it's a better racing track.
Yeah, I like it. But
was.
honestly, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I hated that chicane at the end of second
Mate.
one back in the day.
Apparently Charles Leclerc liked it.
It's just accident.org. Like, I don't understand why you would want to have... Like, it's literally just... You just ended up with collisions there constantly, especially in the junior formulas. But yeah, I like it just like sloping into that hairpin now, then going onto the back straight. Yeah, I think they've improved it, to be honest with you. I like the subtle additions.
Zach, have you ever been... have you been to Abu Dhabi? And is that potentially a video like breaking into
Definitely not there. Definitely not there. I would be too scared to do anything there. But
I reckon Silverstone, because Silverstone's very Glastonbury vibes.
Don't tempt me though.
Yeah, listen.
I've been invited a few times. I quite like to keep the relationships there.
I hijacked my way onto the F1 grid.
There was a guy who did that. I can't remember what year, but it's this old like Mancunian bloke, him and a crew. They basically got out onto the podium at Silverstone before the drivers did, and they were wearing race suits. So they had their caps on, but they were all like beer bellies. And they got on there, and they like, you're still on the top stuff of the podium. So there's probably room to recreate that, but yeah, I'm too scared to do that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't blame you. But I mean, you could serve drinks on the yacht, Matt.
Yeah, totally. Whatever
Bartender
you want.
vibe.
Cocktails. Yeah, it's like magic tricks as well. Absolutely.
It is a very no. You know what? I think it's going to be really interesting to see in this race if those changes, because again, like last year, there was a lot of additional context that made this race exciting, but straight up as a racetrack with nothing to fight for ultimately this year. I guess apart from P2.
Yeah, P2 in the championship. There was a bit
points.
of drama at Brazil last week, obviously.
Nah, what are you talking about?
Nah.
No, drama? F1? What are you talking about?
Nah, never that. What, Red Bull drama? Impossible. That is crazy. Yeah, well, obviously, it's quite ironic, actually. Sergio and Charles go into this race level on points.
Yeah.
For second, unfortunately, not for first, like we had last year.
It's basically, whoever finishes in front gets it, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Who do you think is going to get it then? I know it's going to go early on to our predictions, but like just for this one, who do you think?
I think just honestly, for me, to sum up this season as a whole, it's going to be Sergio Perez. Charles Leclerc is going to finish third in a 2-horse race. That is the fact.
Ferrari will find a way.
He's going to be.
Honestly, not very close at all. I think it will be close, and then something dramatic will happen. But Ferrari will
Messed
do
it up.
something.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing with this whole issue. Like, it is literally been down to Ferrari. The reason why Leclerc is in this position of like trying to battle for P2 is like there's been so many times. Like Monaco is a clear one where Carlos Sainz ignored team orders to come into the pits and turned out that was a correct strategy. Yeah. But Charles Leclerc has come in into this like mentality of like taking everything that Ferrari say to him during the race as like, this is exactly what I need to do.
Yeah.
And then there's been so many times where Ferrari failed him on that. And that's kind of the issue. Well, that's been the whole season with Ferrari. It's just something needs to change.
Charles must be frustrated.
Like, trust in the team must be like at zero.
And understandably so.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad to see. And I feel like with that, his confidence got knocked majorly, and then like it's just fallen. The wheels sort of fell off from that point onwards. Really, I was so gassed at the start of the season for like a close race, and then it's all just fizzled out into nothingness.
Well, Red Bull got all of their kind of technical gremlins out early doors.
Yeah.
Whereas Ferrari just kept happening.
They literally just did a swap, didn't they? Yeah, because like Red Bull had all those engine fuel issues at the very beginning of the season, and Ferrari. It honestly looked like Ferrari was just going to start dominating really early, and because they were doing so well early in the earlier season, we just like, they're just going to run away with it. It's not going to be interesting.
But I think as well, Max won the mind games. Whenever it was like a one-on-one between the both, he always seemed to come out on top. And I think that, even though the pace is there at the start for Leclerc, it was like, that's got to eat away at you and your confidence over the season. So I think he shot himself in the foot.
Well, I think as much as Max is very vocal when things don't go right, and he wears his heart on his sleeve, like he does ultimately trust his team. And there must be that lingering sense of doubt for Charles. Obviously, there's been rumours about Mattia Binotto moving on. Apparently, that's nonsense.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, because that leaked, Ferrari are now like, oh, no, he's staying, even though they were planning on that. We'll just take your P45 back.
But I mean, there's been plenty of examples where teams have said on record, oh, no, this is not correct, and completely gone 180. I mean, Ricciardo is a clear example where both team principal and owner...
but Ferrari's a different beast. They're a different PR commercial beast.
I'll be honest, the fact that they've even acknowledged it is a bit of a...
Yeah, so quickly as well, right?
That's a bit of a concern. Yeah. They were definitely thinking about it. They were,
But I mean, Mattia's helped produce a fantastic car, and that can't get forgotten. It's just, strategy should be like the easy stuff.
Yeah.
You
apparently vibes at the team are immaculate. but it's not really materialising into anything.
Seemingly.
The vibes are off the Richter.
This is something which I picked up on, I think it was in the last race, that when the guy's coming into a pit stop, no matter if it's good or bad or anything, as soon as he's done, everyone's like patting each other on the back and stuff. Ferrari's the one team I've always noticed who they don't do that with each other in the pits. Like it does seem a bit weird that like they're more there for a job rather than it being like something we're all motivated behind. It's just it's a weird little thing I've just picked up on.
I think Ferrari as well has a different kind of pressure because it has a pressure from a nation, not just the internal pressure of a team.
Yeah.
Like it's a religion, Ferrari, Tifosi, you know what I mean?
100%.
So I
Which makes it all the more. But do you think they get more stick as a result of that?
I think it's a self-fulfilling, like, because they've made so many mistakes, when they make another one, we're like, oh, God, clown Ferrari show again. Whereas, Red Bull put Max on the mediums for the sprint race in Brazil, which was the wrong choice. But because it's Red Bull and they get it right far more often than not, we kind of give them a pass.
You let them go, you let them have it because it doesn't happen all the time.
So I understand that Mattia maybe feels a bit victimised, but at the end of the day, there's no smoke without fire.
And also his background is, working on the engine. So if anything, the engine should be really good, which it has been. But then it's like, is he still the right person to lead a team? And I'm not too sure
They're
it
different
is.
jobs, aren't they?
Yeah.
He's the technical man, but I don't know. We'll see what Ferrari do long term. We were talking about Vettel earlier as well. Not the only driver who's
It's leaving us today.
There's no definites in Formula One. I guess Latifi first. Let's talk about King Go Tifi. What have you made of his time with F1?
I'm not sad to see him go.
Who is? Me, mate. I've lost the feature. Latifi, what? Do that every week.
I'll miss the memes.
Who can we shit on now?
For God's sake, man.
Yeah. It's been a tough 3 years for Nicholas, but ultimately he hasn't done enough, has he?
No.
Let's be honest. He's not done enough. Mick Schumacher, out of a seat, replaced by Nico
That
Hulkenberg.
makes me sad. Yeah.
What do you make of that one?
Well, I think it's an obvious choice for Haas. They need to, not get as many cars wrecked. They need to save, and getting a more experienced driver makes a lot of sense for them. But yeah, it's just sad. There's no doubt that he'll be back. I'm sure at some stage. I think so. Yeah, but yeah, it's a bit. I don't know. Bit of a. I didn't expect it. I didn't see it coming. So yeah, a bit sad on that.
I think a lot of that relies on how there's so many junior drivers out there. Felipe Drogovic, commanding winning F2. You've got, Ricciardo wanting to come back as well.
Yes.
Which, obviously Daniel's not had hopefully he has a good race today, but he's got a free
he won't. He'll have not a good race whatsoever.
Matt, you're the honorary Ricciardo fan.
He's not going to have a good race. I think Mexico is like very much, it was a great thing to see, but then also he was only channeling for P7, and it's like, mate, come on, that should be kind of what you'd be aiming for every race. It was great to see him charge through the field because also there was no other action happening in Mexico. But yeah, I'm of the fair belief, and I could be fully wrong here, that it is just a car, not tailoring it to him. And obviously he's not the favourite in McLaren. He's not the favourite child. It's obviously Lando to build the car around him, because why not? Because he's the one who can get the most out of the car. So. But it seems though that with the other cases where it's been, Red Bull, if he's gone to Renault, the car's been built around Ricciardo and the car's worked. And it's always been something to do with the braking. And he's very much said, he doesn't want to go to... He could have easily got a seat at Haas, could have got a seat at Williams, but he doesn't want to go further down. He wants to be going higher up in the grid and going with a team where he thinks he's going to go right. So I've always said he was going to go back to Red Bull. There was murmurs of him going to Mercedes. That just didn't make sense because he would never get the seat up. And so, yeah, that's why I think the play with him is to go to reserve driver role for the next year, do some demo shows, do some other runs and whatnot, and go to a few races, and then basically try and get a role within AlphaTauri as the number one.
AlphaTauri.
Yeah.
I mean, because he wants to keep his foot in the door in F1. I think that's why he's not kind of fully dropping out. But I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess ultimately it's easy to sit here and criticise him not taking a lower seat, that he maybe had a Haas opportunity. We don't know for sure. But also, I guess, whatever decision ultimately he feels he needs some time off, and he's never missed a race since his career started in F1.
Yeah.
So
I think it's like 2011. Wasn't it?
Yeah, he's like in a HRT or something.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you make? Would you make of Ricciardo's chances of returning?
The problem is it's kind of tough because like you said, a Mercedes seat or anything like that just doesn't make sense. Like he's not performed. He's not performed at McLaren, so he's not going to get a seat higher up the grid straight off the bat, even when he comes back, especially after a year out. So all of those top 3 seats are gone in terms of like, for me, in terms of getting one when he comes back. McLaren, gone, he was just there. Alpine, gone, because of how it ended at Renault. Which leaves you with the bottom half. AlphaTauri, yeah, fair enough, but that would be a bit of a dagger to the pride for me if I was Daniel Ricciardo going back to the junior Red Bull.
But I think that's where you have to have the bit. You got to have the bit of the egg on the face where, like, you were the one who chose, but he obviously didn't choose because it was all more for his mental state, really. So, like, I'm like, whatever you want to decide in that time, absolutely fair. Yeah. But at the same time, if you are wanting to get back into that team, it's going to really affect your ego and pride. But unfortunately, that's kind of what's going to happen with it.
I think he's got to hope Williams are better over the next few years and just sort of turn into a mid-table.
Well, if the cost cap does its job, it should make more cars competitive at the front.
Yeah.
I think he's preying on Checo's relationship with Red Bull going to shit.
I reckon he's like,
you
hear what Max said about you.
That's why he might be joining the team.
He's in the ear holes.
Getting closer, and then he's going to start unraveling it at the seams.
Christian Horner, I never crashed on purpose.
No, but I think as well with Ricciardo, you're right. Like when he went into McLaren, his CV was pretty faultless, really. Did a fantastic job at Red Bull, and when Max came in, was pretty close to Max, if not beating him. Renault, fantastic, unreal. So yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone begrudged McLaren for making that choice on Ricciardo, but I think the important thing is that he understands why it went wrong, so that it doesn't happen again, and can give these other teams confidence that it won't happen again. Because if you signing the Renault Ricciardo versus signing the McLaren Ricciardo are clearly two very different things.
It stops down at the minute.
And you can see the progression from Renault as well, where he came in, the team weren't performing that well, and after at the end of the first season with Renault, got a podium, and then the next season then got, I believe, 2 more podiums.
Smashed it in 2020.
You can see the progression, but also at the end of the day as well, he can leave his head high from McLaren, because Lando's done a great job in that car, because obviously he was
that can't be forgotten.
Which he can do, like he was in the car a year prior. But also Daniel can be like, I got the race win on the day it actually mattered, and we had an opportunity to do that. I got the race win on pure pace, not from grid penalties or accident or whatever. Like, he got it on pure pace, and I was just like, there you go.
That's what I found. So it's like the base level was like well under par, but then there would be these occasions like
little
Monza,
pockets,
like Mexico, where he'd just have a stormer and just
brilliant.
I don't know. It's very odd, and that's what I worry about, I guess, because if there's not that consistency of performance, then it's like, well, why has it gone wrong?
Yeah.
Rather than it just going wrong. But, anyway, shall we have a look at our predictions? Get our predictions up on screen, boys.
Oh, you...
Latifi, Vettel. Okay.
I appreciate you putting Ricciardo at number 3. I do appreciate that.
Zach messaged me on the way in. We're like, these are my predictions. And then you tried to send over some other ones with like Max Verstappen. I was like, bruv, no, you've seen
realistic ones? No,
no way.
Right, okay, I'm sticking with it.
Honestly,
got a choice, mate.
if a Latifi win came about today, I think it would be the greatest moment in Formula 1.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
The vibiest top 3 of all time. Checo Perez win, Niran.
Yeah, mate. Fuck the feds. Basically, the reason is I want revenge for Brazil. I'm not even a Sergio Perez fan. Don't know why I want revenge, but I just want him to steam it up the inside.
How's that going to manifest? Yeah, what's going to happen? Turn 1?
Yeah, turn 1.
Away.
Steams it up the inside. That's for Brazil.
Do you reckon with that then, Max would happily give him second and be like almost what he did last year and just defend everyone, because he knows I've got the quickest car, and also I can just nudge someone off a bit off the circuit.
Yeah, probably. I think the roles are going to reverse. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I would love a Checo win.
If Max has a good start, he should check out.
Yeah,
but that's not guaranteed. Max. I wouldn't say he's exceptional at starts. I wouldn't say he's bad at starts. He's kind of
middle of the range.
Yeah, but I mean, also Ferrari's there. Charles Leclerc. He said he's feeling quite confident starting from P3.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. I mean, well, the thing is, I'm just not confident in Ferrari again. It really just comes down to that. And Red Bull's pace does seem pretty good around here.
Also, shall we, in terms of the other constructors battles going on, so Haas and AlphaTauri split by 2 points. What do we reckon? Because they need to, they're always going to be on the periphery of the points anyway. So 2 points is actually quite a lot for both of those teams.
Yeah. Gasly's starting like 17th, I think, today.
Yeah, Gasly didn't have a
Tsunoda's
good
far
time.
down the order as well.
Tsunoda's, I think, the best shot because he got into Q2 and did an all right job.
Yeah.
I think probably. I don't think Haas would. Because I think Magnussen didn't have a great qualifying, didn't he? I don't think he got out Q1.
I think
Mick was in
Tsunoda's
Q2,
best placed to get points out of all four.
So I don't think it's going to be Haas.
I mean, I hope Schumacher has a blinding finisher and
gets points in this one.
and gets points and secures it for Haas. I don't know whether he will.
It's important for him. I think he ends on a high. Again, he's still motivated to come back for 2024.
And also, that's what sticks in people's minds, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so you'd hope he has a nice finish.
I'd honestly be so surprised if Mick Schumacher didn't end up back in Formula One again at some point, just off the name.
But what
the
team
brand.
would?
But do you think that?
That's the problem.
I think
Now
now
Johnson
because
can win
Formula
next
One
year.
is so big now, like obviously he has a huge name and that is like great for teams, but like these teams can make superstars now.
Yeah.
So I think it is probably less relevant than it's ever been, to be honest. But at the same time, his name does carry a hell of a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So
But also, he lost his seat, even with that name. And
Yeah.
even with a
True.
season where, yes, he had these big, high-profile accidents, but also he hasn't been a mile off Kevin in pace-wise at all. Like, he's been actually... But then we saw in kind of Brazil where that opportunity was there. Kev was able to seize it, Mick wasn't. And I think it's just that experience that Haas need. They don't need the next star because they just need to build their car up.
And I think we saw that at the beginning of the season with K-Mag, where he came in from, being a few years out of sport to back into this brand new car, which he hadn't really tested before.
Yeah.
And that took it like a duck on water. And Mick struggled at the very beginning of the season. He's gotten a lot better since Monaco, I think. He's gotten a lot better. But at the same time, he had too many crashes. I mean, like, if you look at Red Bull, for example, the only big crash they had was also with Checo at Monaco. And it's like, apart from that, there wasn't very many two other big incidents. Whereas with
And
Mick,
for a team
it's
not at the
hard.
cost cap, the crash damage hurts them
yeah.
exponentially more as well. But they will be at the cost cap next year. Here we go. We've seen the old track map flying around the screen. It's a good opportunity to like the stream, don't forget, and subscribe to the Last Lap channel because there will be plenty of off-season content as well.
There will be. You're a specialist in off-season content.
That's what I do.
That's
best,
what you
man.
do. This is
I started my whole YouTube thing when lockdown was here, so I'm good at waffling about nothing.
Yeah.
Great and interesting in your element. What I do best. A few little replays from last year, which a little word about last year. Obviously, it was obviously what happened. It's probably, I reckon, given especially the amount of media coverage compared to back in the day, this will be the most memorable moment of Formula One ever.
I think it's like the most viewed as well, I think, in terms of broadcasting. It was insane.
It would take some... for anything to beat that.
Yeah.
yeah.
How is anything else going to come in F1 history and outdo Abu Dhabi 2021?
A controversial kind of finish where the two championship rivals who went into the race on the same amount of points have the championship decided on the final lap of the race is not going to happen again.
The only way it can
in
be
our
better
lifetime.
is if they both started last.
Yeah,
I had to cut their way through the pack. But still, you're not going to get that last lap drama then.
I like, especially with that race as well, it got to the point where people who didn't watch Formula One got told to choose. Like, my dad got text. He doesn't watch any form of motorsport. He got text me like, "Oh, you should probably put this on. It's actually quite a good one." He's like, "All right, fine." And I think so many people also had that who don't normally watch Formula One but tuned in because there's
the
so much
people I
hype
was
about
seeing tweeting about it, like Harry Kane.
Was that guy from DIY at SOS? Was it Noel
Nick
Evans?
Knowles.
Nick Knowles, sorry.
Oh, no, he loves it.
Oh, does he?
He's like bang on F1. Yeah, he's not gone down quietly after like he's still talking about it. But yeah, so two by two race starting today. I'm actually again in my predictions I put the Mercedes ahead of the Ferraris because I feel like race pace wise I think Mercedes will have the.
I've done the opposite. I've put my confidence into Ferrari for this one because I think they've had the engines turned down for quite a bit, and I think last race, dial it up. What's there to lose? Because it's like you might as well just go all guns blazing, basically.
Zach, who are you backing? Who do you pull for in F1?
I'm a Hammy fan.
Nice.
I bet my mate Scott, he's probably watching this now, is like the biggest Lewis fanboy I've ever met in my life, and as a result, it's rubbed off on me.
Yeah.
And after what happened, funny little anecdote. I was doing some filming with Red Bull, not the F1 team, but like I was trying to make a good impression, and he's my cameraman as well. And the head of content for Red Bull, like globally, was with us, and we were all like kind of being nice to each other. And then he brought up the last race of the season, and then my editor just started, like, Scott just kicked off at him, and I was like, we're meant to be making a good impression here. Stop, stop. But yeah, Hamilton fan of Norris because he's a Somerset boy. That's where I'm from. So but it's been a bit quiet this season. So yeah.
I think he's quietly done bits this season. It's very hard to judge him.
Yeah, he's done so well. I mean,
all you got best of the rest, like it's most you can ask for. Really.
The fact that McLaren are in P4 in the constructors, it's all down to Norris. He's got like 133 points, I think, compared to Dan, who's only got like 30 or something like that. It's like he's so carried that team this season, and obviously I know that's me shitting on my own driver here, but like fair play to Norris.
It's unquestionably true.
It's insane what he's done this season. It's brilliant.
And when did you first start watching, Zach? What's your like earliest F1 memory?
Well, so I used to race motocross, so I've been like into motorsport my whole life, but my dad used to try and make me watch it, and I used to fucking hate it. I think because of the level of carnage compared to like in motocross compared to F1, where like contact's perfectly legal and like
you fall over, get back up.
I used to struggle to watch it quite a bit. So since employing my cameraman Scott, he's rubbed off me. So yeah,
and you were at Miami, weren't you?
Huh? I was at Miami, and I was at Mexico, which was, both quite boring races, to be honest. But
I think you got a photo of Gunther, didn't you?
I
think I saw that stuff.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, look, I reckon Kevin is going to get pole next weekend. And what happened?
You planted that seed.
You walked into the meeting like, right, guys, this is what we need to do.
Yeah.
What did you make of Miami? Because I was there as well. It was a bit weird.
It was weird.
Was that the first race you'd been to?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was bizarre. Yeah, just walking around because I had a pit pass with Alpine.
Yeah,
so,
nice.
That was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was just like crazy seeing it live in the flesh. But you walk around as David Beckham on your left, and then I got a photo with the Wolf of Wall Street. It was like this tall in real life. So like it was fun, but I don't know. It was
There's a lot of poses there.
Pandemonium,
I mean, compared to you should go to Silverstone. Silverstone is like straight up Glastonbury vibe.
Yeah.
Like, it's quality.
Camping out and
it's just such a
But it's also
brilliant.
bloody expensive nowadays. Yeah. As well. They've hiked up the prices. Right, formation lap is shortly coming to an end under the hotel where Alpine have locked up Oscar Piastri.
Is that where it was? He was behind bars, wasn't he?
Still.
Crazy.
Free Oscar, man. Come on. No, they have actually said.
on.
Also, remote for the TV, please, production.
That would not be a great time for the TV.
Yeah, that would be the worst time for the TV to cut out. They have agreed to release him for the Abu Dhabi test, post-season test, though, for McLaren. So he will be able to do some laps for McLaren. Just give it a shake, and then boom. Beautiful. Look at that.
I also love that. Alonso's part of that rookie test as well. It's just like it's
for Aston Martin. Yeah,
forever be a rookie.
41-year-old rookie, Alonso.
He goes to the pre-driver briefing, and he's basically like, "I'm the only one old enough here to drink." By twice,
See Alonso giving some shade as well, because Alonso was like, I think it was in one of the fan things. He was like, "Oh, I'll miss the team," and Ocon was like, "I thought you were really excited to leave," and he was like, "Yeah, I am buzzing to go to Aston Martin." I'm paraphrasing.
Sake. No, such a shit out.
No fucks given. I love it though.
Here we go.
I don't know. I used to not like it, but maybe I've just changed and I just love it now. I just love the shithousery.
Yeah, well, I think you can get away with it as a legend, right?
Here we go.
3, 4, 5 lights. Final race of the season. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Sergio Perez.
He's got a decent start as well as Sergio.
It's okay. Okay, Max holds on.
Very close though between the two.
Having a shocker start though.
Sergio stuck his nose up there, you know.
No, he's got past one of the Mercedes as well. George Russell down a place.
Wasn't playing. A lot of sparks coming off of. I think everyone's safe actually. Everyone's got through.
Hello, Leclerc on Sergio.
See, this is what my actual prediction was, that Leclerc's just going to drive out his skin.
Yeah.
Check the other list.
Let's do a TV watch to see where your boy is.
Okay, everyone's staying in. Yeah, where George Russell's fallen off a cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, shocker of a start.
The signs.
Sights up the inside of Lewis Hamilton.
Aye. Lewis going over a bump there and
Big
launched
sausage
into the air.
curve, man.
Got PTSD of last season there.
Should he get the place back?
That must have hurt, man.
No, he kept the place because he got forced off, but I think he'll have to give it back, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
His back would have been killing after that.
That must have.
Oh, George is getting attacked by an Alpine now. Are you all right, lads?
Look, Mercedes struggle
around
on
the
tyre.
outside.
I really thought his confidence would be riding high, but this is immediately.
This season, at the start of this race, isn't it?
They've started on the mediums and they do struggle on tyre warm-ups, so that's the only reason the excuse I can come up with for George. Who else has moved through the field? Albon P17. Albon watch.
Oh yeah.
Tell you what.
Is he letting
See
through
this
again?
again. So Sainz has launched it up the inside of Lewis at the first chicane.
Oh yeah, he's going to go on all over the
Going to do the
curves.
floor.
I think he has. He has given the place back though.
Has he? No, he hasn't. He's still in fourth.
No, Hamilton's fourth. Yeah,
Hamilton's
Science.
fourth,
He
Sainz,
did. Yeah,
Yeah, it was Sainz who launched it. So
It's one of
tell
them.
you what. He's under investigation, by the way. But Latifi,
noted,
P19, Latifi's on
Oh my day.
On rails.
one place every lap. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So everyone started on mediums apart from K-Mag on the hards
And
and
Bottas.
Gasly on the softs.
Yeah.
and Bottas on hards as well.
Yeah, I think the Science Hamilton instance probably one of, I don't know.
It's strange that Gasly started on soft though.
It's not clear to me if there's anything at fault. The thing is,
sure.
I feel like as well that there's
Go on, Danny!
Oh.
Go on!
Come on, lads.
inside
Yeah.
Schumacher.
Ricardo, Mick Schumacher.
Come on.
Where did he start?
I don't know. 10th. Come on, Alex.
He started 10th.
Hit him.
Crying out loud.
Alex all over the back of K-Mag.
For God's sake.
No further investigation. Hamilton Science.
Oh, so Lewis can actually keep the position then on Carlos, basically.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's one of them that, I don't know, there seems like a reluctance from the FIA to just give racing incidents, and I don't know. I need to see some more angles of that. Maybe Carlos is on board, but...
The stewards in the F2 race were really, really quick, so I'm hoping it's going to be sort of the same for this one. If you
You're
have
right,
any
they
more
were.
like that.
Yeah, because they had, Drogovic, Owasa at the end.
Yeah, and then
Shout out Logan Sargent for getting his super license, by the way.
Oh, so he's going to be at Williams next
He's
season. Love
confirmed at Williams.
Can you imagine if he
that.
didn't
Good
get it?
man. Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd have been a howler.
So nervous as well.
DRS enabled.
Albon's up 3 positions. Come on, Alex! Yes.
That's the most of anyone.
You little cutie.
Mate, listen. Yeah, well, if you start at the back, then there's only one way up. Right?
You start 20th and go down 2, you've done well, to be honest.
I was a complete idiot. I just realised, Danny had a 3-place penalty, so I was thinking he started P10 and went down to 13th, and I was just like, great. Did the
no, so
but
he-
no, so he's kept the position.
Positive.
So, yeah.
I just think that's been the problem for Daniel this season. Is qualifying has let him down. He's not been out, but I don't think his race pace has been a mile off Lando.
No.
I just think it's the qualifying delta,
Yeah.
which is all about absolute ultimate confidence in the car that he just clearly doesn't have.
It's that and the strategy that, McLaren have really sort of struggled to, I think, with this year with him. But when the strategy's worked out for him, then in like Mexico,
Yeah.
sort of like gives you
And that's the thing. I
ammunition to go
think
for it.
part of that has been McLaren dropping the bomb, but also part of it is that when you do have a clear 1-2 driver dynamic, then the team's got to favour the number 1 driver. Right, great. That's a really good start from Russell.
Yeah,
Actually,
really good run. But he just couldn't go anywhere.
happened? He just got swallowed up.
I was so concerned about Sergio and Max, by the way, into turn 1.
Oh.
Sergio was launching it, and I was like, oh, no. This could end in disaster.
He did think
It
about
would have been
didn't
good, though.
he?
It would have been really good fun.
It would have been great. It would have been great. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
He would have got a lot of respect for that. What do you think Leclerc needs to do to beat Perez this race?
I mean,
Faster.
Just go fast.
I hear that, to be
Put the
fair.
pedal down.
But
T-bone.
Lewis is all over the back. Obviously, I know this is a replay, but like Lewis has been pretty close to him at the end of both the DRS straights. So,
Yeah.
Leclerc's close to being overtaken than overtaking Perez.
I mean, that was a good launch from Sainz there.
It was, to be fair.
It's
What do
just-
you make of it? Because I know people have been penalised for going off the track and gaining an advantage, even if it kind of
But
feels they've been forced there.
Yeah,
It feels like it's a bit of an inconsistent rule, this one.
Well, I think the ruling is that it's like you if you're if you're going into a corner and your car is basically there,
Wheelie.
Sorry, we've just seen a replay.
Jeez.
Of Hamilton launching it. Yeah, if you're on the inside corner, in theory, that you have priority over that. But if you just launch it into it, it's fine. But he didn't understeer, he didn't lock up the brakes or anything, and he looked like he kept some space there for Hamilton on the right.
He's been told to give the place up.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say he was very slow there. I was like, is he breaking down? But no, he's just giving the place back to Carlos.
It seemed there from the onboard that like Sainz didn't push him off. There was some space, but then Hamilton did go over to the right because he'd obviously just be quicker.
Yeah, and that's another marginal one. I think it's another marginal one that I would probably instinctively, I'd just chalk that as a racing incident.
Yeah.
There's not much in it. Because I don't think everything needs to... I think there are certain instances where it is pretty 50-50 and a racing incident crack on is fine. But also, I would rather see things like that where teams are instructed to give positions back than penalties as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's always... Because then they can just crack on. Just get on with the racing. Don't worry about time penalties.
Yeah, I didn't really like the thing where the stewards were kind of saying, "Oh, we'll just leave it up to the drivers to like work it out themselves." Like, no,
that is your job. like literally,
it's
these drivers are going to take every. I'd be fascinated if Lewis doesn't have damage because it wasn't quick, but
yeah, he's gone over the sausage caps, hasn't he?
There you go, Lewis going around the outside of Carlos Sainz. He's going to try to cut back.
Might as well have just kept the position at this rate because he's probably going to get him down this next
He's got
straight.
good momentum though. He's looking much quicker than Sainz.
Oh,
Mercedes is a Ford Fiesta in a straight line, though. That's the only thing.
R.I.P. You know,
they've sacked off the Fiesta, man.
Nicely done.
Lovely stuff. Lewis Hamilton back up into P4.
Simpler, lovely.
FIA are like, for God's sake.
And Russell just passed Norris as well for P6. Just missed
Mercedes on the move. Albon's on the move. He's just gone past Mick Schumacher, mate.
Yeah, it's interesting because the FIA did say no further investigation necessary. But then the team...
I think it's because the team have already done the swap, and then
maybe there's
now we're not going to give you a penalty.
It was from what I can tell, it was two separate things.
Okay.
So it was being forcing another driver off the track. That was to do with Sainz, and then it was going off the track and gaining an advantage. That was to do with Lewis.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so the gaps we're looking at 2.5 between Perez and Verstappen, just over 2 between Leclerc and Perez. Hamilton
and
just over
Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Well, Checo's going to want to keep... Checo's going to hope that Max kind of pulls him along. Keeps him away from Leclerc. But 2.5 seconds between Leclerc and Perez. I don't know. I feel like Ferrari just don't have the race pace here.
Yeah, it seems like it. I really thought they would have just turned up their engines 100%. But it seems Mercedes, though, are on a proper charge.
And look, Russell's half a second behind Sainz as well.
Yeah, within DRS.
Yeah, these Ferraris are struggling. Even Lando's only a second and a half off at the back of George as well. McLaren's not looked too... Sorry, Ricciardo, but at least in the hands of Norris, hasn't actually looked too bad at this weekend.
Decent around here,
Lando's paces looked all right.
Yeah. Georgie boy.
There he goes.
Georgie boy. Sainz has done well there. George is
around the
outside. No. Woof. Doesn't happen. Tries the cutback, though.
Go on, send it.
He needs Sainz to drop out of DRS, really, from Lewis ahead of him.
That Mercedes is looking a quicker race car than the Ferrari, which, if you said that at the start of the season...
I was just about to say, yeah.
Imagine. She's impressive. I do wonder if Ferrari are just saving like a worldie of an upgrade for the start of next season, though. Because we've not really seen... It's hard to know how much of it it's like Ferrari have bought upgrades, but they haven't maybe worked versus just consolidating.
And I think a big thing for them this year as well is that Ferrari's...
was that Lewis going wide?
I didn't see who it was.
Like Lewis went very wide. Maybe I'm just seeing things.
But the big thing with Ferrari this year is that like the car they've built, it really struggles on the tyres. So like their tyre deg is actually so much lower than everyone else's around them. So although they might have a good lap paced, but then after
one lap merchants.
Yeah, but then tyre completely drop off.
Ultimately, but yeah, George is telling the team to give Lewis the hurry up. Because obviously he wants Lewis to clear. Oh, as Carlos closes up.
Yeah,
Lewis.
right up to the back of Lewis there.
Is Lewis? I don't know. Lewis went really wide, I'm sure, and now Sainz has closed right up on Lewis.
Honestly, I'm really surprised Sainz was that close to Lewis at the end of that.
I'd be a bit concerned if I
there.
was Lewis Hamilton right now.
If I was a Lewis Hamilton.
If I was a Lewis Hamilton.
One of the Lewis Hamiltons in the world. Any Lewis Hamilton.
Look, I reckon it's a pretty common name.
Yeah, it probably is, to be honest with you.
Come on, Vettel.
Oh, Sebastian Vettel versus Ocon. Ocon, don't ruin it. Just let him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Have some
the
respect.
feeling if you're the one who ruined like Vettel's race?
There was a quote before the race from Fernando Alonso saying, I'll take care of Seb this race. And I was like, that could be read two ways.
Yeah.
Which way?
Well, it's Alonso, isn't it? So,
He wipes him out.
You don't know which way.
Oh, so this is
You're right. You're right.
See, look. He went right
Well,
to
like,
the Astro.
gained advantage there. 5 seconds. Slam dunk for me.
Well, they were being quite
Get
harsh.
him out of here.
In the Formula 2, they were being quite harsh with track limits there. I think there's like three
here we go.
chances.
strikes. Yeah.
Schumacher.
Haas
Big
versus
Gasly.
Alpha Tower getting a little
Pierre's
bit.
already falling back and he's on the softs.
Yeah, that's a bit concerning, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeesh.
Albon P15.
Ricciardo 30.
Come on,
TV 19. My prediction coming in strong.
I mean, Bottas is half a second behind the TV.
The one position per lap thing might be out of the window. Sainz is gaining on Lewis here.
Science.
Launches round the outside. He's not going to get any love there.
Try the
He's going to have a
cutback,
good exit though.
which is exactly
little
what Lewis
switch
tried
back.
to do on him.
Yeah, Matt Hamilton went a tiny bit deep there. Surely, well, he's not got a great exit, but he'll have the DRS.
DRS,
That Mercedes
yeah.
is
Sainz is gonna get Hamilton in.
straight line.
I feel like Lewis must have damage. Surely.
Simple
Yeah, just
stuff, mate.
his lower back from the curb.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, go on,
go on, lad.
Yes.
Vettel on the inside.
Sebastian.
Absolute send.
In his final Grand Prix, lovely move on Esteban.
crack
Ocon.
limit.
Oh, he's got wide though.
Ay, ay, ay. Ocon gets back through. Seb leaving a nose up the inside there.
Seb got beached on that curb, didn't he?
Yeah, couldn't get off it.
He's putting on a show.
Because these cars are so low, he's putting on a show. It's for vibes. I mean, to be fair, the likelihood of him finishing anything higher than P7, it's not going to happen on pace. But the problem for the Aston Martin, they've struggled in qualifying this year. But actually, Seb got into Q3. So race pace.
Yeah, impressive.
I expect him to. I think it's inevitable he'll get Ocon, maybe even Norris as well. On we go, Russell on the radio. Free to race.
Yay.
Way, that's what we love to see.
What's going on?
George always gets a bit concerned when there's like free to race shouts. I think he just wants Lewis to get out of the way sometimes. Do you remember last Grand Prix? He was like, "We're going to race, or are we going to get a 1-2?" I was like, "You don't have to crash into each other."
Here we go. Russell's got DRS. Lewis doesn't. Lewis doesn't have DRS. George does. George goes for the outside into turn 4. Going to go for a cutback.
He's basically
Lewis parks it on the apex.
It's a weird line George taking there.
Oh, here we go. George, surely he's getting this done here.
He's
On Lewis
It's going to
Hamilton.
be simple, isn't it?
Lewis must have damage.
George
I'm the
breezing.
captain now.
Yeah, comfortable in the end. George Russell takes
Easy,
P5.
yeah.
Stuff. Oh, Latifi's back down to last.
Right, I'm out.
Nicholas, come on.
Come on, mate. We've got predictions right on here. Fucking hell.
I thought he meant bottom 4.
You put Ricciardo
Yeah, no, pretty comfortable in the end for George.
Yeah, easy.
What's going on here then?
Hamilton on the radio. What's he saying? I'm losing power, man. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, that is not ideal, to be fair.
It's
I mean, that hitting that sausage curb, getting that much height, that must have surely caused some damage.
Shook the engine, innit?
Yeah. Although
Engine
Fernando
landed.
practically wiped out into a wall in Austin and still carried on.
That accident makes no sense to me, even now.
I mean, also when I ever go karting, that's also the same excuse I always say when I'm not doing well. Oh,
Yeah.
mate, I've got no power.
got no
It's just
power.
not-
God,
Car's
yeah, no.
terrible.
Yeah.
Engine's gone, mate. Engine's gone.
Definitely. You've always got that excuse when you're just in your own kart, but when you're in like a team race where you change karts and then your teammates 3 seconds quicker in the same kart, you're like, I
put on a lot of weight last
yeah,
week.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the
high
next
centre of
one.
gravity.
Imagine Lewis is just making up an excuse here as well. The team were like, lad, you've got like full power, mate. What are you
All of
talking
my cars
about?
are going. You literally just had a pit stop.
Right, Vettel is right on the
Go on,
rear
mate.
of Esteban Ocon here. Surely,
Take 2.
surely. DRS is open.
Aston's looking all right.
Gone.
Isn't it, realistically? Going for the outside here,
outside.
Seb, he's not gonna make it there. Not enough grip round the
Kind of
outside of that
cutback here.
hairpin.
No.
I think the new track modifications it done really well for the racing, but it's also these new Pirelli tyres where they just can't handle that much load going into it, where I think hopefully next season we'll actually get some better grip, because I think you could pull off a great overtaking move there, but he just hasn't got the grip at the moment because all these drivers are struggling with these new 18-inch rims.
Yeah. These cars are just huge as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are wham these days, aren't they? Jesus Christ. I'm surprised they make it round the Monaco hairpin. It's like a truck trying to get around there.
Yeah. Well, they have to have a special steering rack just for Monaco, don't they?
Yeah.
So that they can get full,
they have to go through it like 30 kilometers an hour on full turn, and if you go to
like a bus driver, like all the way around,
You're one of those like handles on the steering spins around.
Apparently, Mercedes are saying that Lewis is only low on energy because he's only low on power because he used his energy defending from George.
He used his cars.
But again, surely I don't know, that much G-force going through the car. Wasn't it when he had that shunt with Alonso at Spa where the car launched in the air? It was like 60 G or something.
Yeah,
that was put through him.
But it's only for like a millisecond though. Whenever you see those accidents, you're like, where Max had his crash at Silverstone.
Yeah.
I can't remember what G it was, but I think it was like 30 or something.
51.
50, yeah.
50 something.
But it's not like the whole thing being 50 G. It's like a split spike of.
His head would fall off.
Like disintegrate. Yeah.
10 minutes of 50 G. Just like.
But also latitude and longitude G-forces act a lot different, so that's why you can have like a fighter pilot jet guy be spun round at like 8 G to make sure they don't black out. Sort of thing. But when you have something like this,
see, who says you don't learn things on the last?
He knows it.
Knowledge.
What you're saying.
Science.
What's the lap called before they go onto the grid?
The reconnaissance lap.
Good lad, good boy.
Oh, look at that mustache.
That was a stonker of a mustache, by the way.
I do like they're giving him Seb's dad mechanics overalls and stuff this
It's so
weekend.
cute in it. It's so wholesome.
Did you see his little dancing?
Yeah.
They're doing the lap
Dad
round,
dance.
weren't they?
Yeah. Love it.
Get him on the front left. Come on.
Get him on the last lap.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be such a great guest for you guys. Absolutely.
He might not even speak English. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, fair.
He just speaks German.
I just want to. Actually, that's fine. Just get him to dance.
I mean, Seb
he can speak through dance.
Just have him here. Don't even mention him.
He's just there in the corner, just like.
He's our new mascot. Big up Norbert. Love it.
Man.
Right, who else has made moves through the field? So Tsunoda's on the cusp of the points here, P11.
Yeah.
Again, he needs points. If he finishes, P8, and the Hasses finish out the points, which currently they're not looking anywhere near, then AlphaTauri could sneak P8.
Oh, sorry, Haas ahead of AlphaTauri then going.
Yeah, Haas are 2 points ahead of AlphaTauri.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was the other way
Come on,
around.
Vettel. Come on.
Go on, Sebastian.
Sebi going for the outside
Round the
again.
outside.
On Ocon.
Fella.
Gonna
I
work.
tell you what.
There is more grip on the
I
outside.
tell you what. Now Ocon just edges him out slightly on the exit.
Ocon gave him space though.
Nah, that was fair. That was fair.
Fair racing. All's fair in love and war.
I feel like Ocon's like, I just don't hit him. Just don't hit him. Just don't hit him.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think Ocon has, I know he's got a bit of a reputation, but he has had some good scraps with drivers and not crashed into them. Like, was it Ocon and Hamilton a race earlier this year? I can't remember which one it was. They had a great little scrap.
It's been more just Ocon and
Yeah, it's his
Alonso.
teammate.
Whoever his teammate is. Yeah. Well, Lewis has made a mistake again, I'm guessing, down into turn one. He's gone wide again.
There must be underfloor damage.
He's just understeering.
Yeah.
Just so far wide, mate.
Surely there's
Washing.
So that would be his second then track violation, right? Warning. So if he gets one more, then he could get the.
So you get a warning for that for going wide and through turn one.
Alex Albon in the pits, everyone.
Well, it's more like
Albon
if you keep doing track violations.
Latifi up a position.
Yes, come on, we go again.
There's something up with the car. Something's up with the car, mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Something
Must
wrong.
be
with
something
it.
must be to do with the floor.
I would have loved.
But yeah, if you keep going off the track at the same spot, the stewards are going to look at that and be like, right, you might have damage, but you now need to like rein in a little bit more.
Yeah, just go slower through the corner, mate. Like,
Yeah, he's still going to get penalised.
Yeah, you've gone off the track, and if everyone was able to do that, then everyone gained a couple tenths.
Albon gone onto the hards.
Sebastian on Esteban again. Not going to get alongside this time.
From a constructor's point of view as well, it's looking, I mean, it would take a miracle for McLaren to get out ahead of Alpine.
Yeah.
Ocon's P8. Norris is ahead, but there's a 19-point difference.
I think
between McLaren and
they
Alpine.
said like even if they got P4 and P5, I don't think it would have been enough.
Yeah.
I think or something like that.
They'd need both Alpines to retire basically.
Yes.
And then you
And
get a
then
podium somehow.
Norris and Ricardo both.
Yeah.
being
Two
wiped out.
strikes.
Two strikes.
Yeah, told you.
2 strikes.
One more, then you'll
3,
get a penalty,
and
I
you're out. Not out of the race.
long was the
just to
penalty
clarify,
be?
they don't
I think probably
qualify.
5 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
I went during the pit stop.
And then Aston Martin, they are,
Go on, Rick!
as Ricciardo. Wait, no, Stroll pitted.
Stroll pitted.
He's still P12. Let me have this,
No, fair enough. You got it.
We take the small wins. You cheered on Latifi, cheer on Ricciardo.
No, that's fair. And yeah, Vettel is 5 points between Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo. Aston Martin are 5 points behind Alfa. Alfa are not looking like they're going to be in the points.
Yeah, no, Bottas had a shocking qualifying. I mean, he went on to the hard strategy, but I mean, he's only P17, and that's purely because everyone else, apart from Latifi, is pitted. So it's like he hasn't really made that much ground.
Going to be honest, Alfa Romeo have been stinky.
Yeah.
This second half of the season,
They
like
have.
truly woeful.
The first part of the season has just been reliability.
Yeah,
because that's where the car was really working.
Yeah.
But they had just the engine mode turned to like 100%. So then, anytime they were driving it, it was great performances, or it would just break off.
I felt so bad for Guan Yu Zhou. The amount of retirements he had through mechanical failures at the start of the season was shocking.
But
And
like
then-
points on debut as well. Like he's done so well there.
Did you see him get his Rookie of the Year trophy?
Oh,
I don't think he got the joke either.
no, his team radio after. Oh, here we go. Alonso radio. What's he saying? Think about plan B. Oh, as Ocon peels into the pits.
It's annoying for Vettel.
Which releases Vettel.
That's quite early.
Yeah, I mean, Ocon was slow. I mean, Vettel was right behind him. Alonso was right behind Vettel as well. So Ocon was really struggling on pace. Mate, those Alpine Garms are nice.
Front jack in it, the pink and blue one.
That's it.
I always like the unit at the very back who like picks up the rear of the car because they're always just so built.
Yeah, they're always whamming it.
Yeah. It's like
Can't
you
pick up an
used to
entire
play
one car.
rugby and now you lift up a Formula One car for a living.
Imagine, what do you need to put on the CV for that job?
I'm an absolute boss.
Yeah, I'm
I
absolutely
deadlift
whamming.
Absolutely
300 kg.
Ocon comes out the
Goes
pits
to the gym, lit up a Formula One car. Goes over.
behind Latifi. Yeah, I mean, it's looking good for. I think it's looking pretty good for Aston Martin so far because I think, given Vettel's pace, he needs. He's only got it's 4 points where he is P8. If he can get P7, he'll get 6 points.
He just needs to be careful. Aston Martin needs to be careful with the pit stop period because if Alonso pits now and Vettel doesn't, then he's getting undercutted and he's ending up behind both the Alpine.
Potentially, yeah. It just depends how much life. Because the Aston Martin is good on its tyres.
Yeah, it depends whether he thinks he can overcut. 'Cause
Look
if
at
he,
that.
if he can, then he can't.
That distance. Oh, because I was about to say
Perez
like,
pitted, yeah.
Well, they didn't come up on the graphic, but like it was like a good 5-7 second gap. And it's just
Go
Perez.
Checo in the pits. Good stop.
Bloody hell.
That looked quick.
Damn.
2.4.
Mercedes in as well. George Russell.
Yeah, George was like
McLaren as
gone.
well.
You get a pit stop. You get a pit stop.
Apparently, Lewis is saying his tyres are getting better.
That's such a Lewis Hamilton thing to
Oh
say,
my
isn't it?
days. Right, who had that on the bingo?
Yeah. Sorry, Bono, mate. The tyres aren't in fact wrong.
Tyres are not.
Russell
5.2.
5.2.
That's a howler.
Jeez.
Ooh, dear. Not good, Mercedes.
Ooh.
Not good.
2.3.
All right. No, all the
Daddy
kind
Rick
of
P8, come
fields a bit
on.
mixed. Everyone's sticking on hard tyre. Do you reckon they're going to the end?
Definitely.
Do you reckon?
This has got one stop written all over
Yeah.
it, hasn't it? If they're all going on to hards.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Oh, Sebastian Vettel's about to get overtaken here by Sergio Perez. Lovely stuff.
Latifi in the pits.
Everyone's just decided to pit. Latifi's pitted his last. And Sergio
Ooh,
Perez made an
Sergio-
absolute hash of that move.
He kind of got that out, didn't he?
Absolute hash of it. He's gone
It's not
so
got
deep.
Yeah, it's not got temperature in those tyres.
This might actually
No, I
hinder
know.
Seb a bit here, though, because he's got
Seb's just gonna
DRS.
breeze back past him again. There we go.
Yeah.
Checo.
Checo, leave him alone.
Checo. That's,
Checo has been Checoed from last year.
oh,
It's crazy stuff.
German Minister of Defence.
that was not good.
And now he's checked out.
And probably he's gonna glean over that one. Probably he's stuck behind for this whole final sector as well.
Yeah, he's wasted so much time there as
Yeah.
Sergio now. But it's not going to hurt him too badly. He
That-
wasn't going to get Verstappen.
That might play into Leclerc's hands to some extent, though. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Well, if they take advantage of that and
Yeah.
actually pit him soon. 'Cause
I
they
hope.
haven't yet.
I just want drama now.
Drama,
some
Mick.
drama.
I love it.
Right, Russell pit stop. It's one of the rears.
Yeah, just rear
Rear
right.
right. Yeah.
Not ideal. Ooh.
Unsafe release.
Yeah, that's gonna be
100%.
unsafe.
Penalty. Yeah.
Oh, that's peak, man. All good, I saw him. George's like, all good, I saw him. Well, yeah, but also...
Yeah, you might have seen him, but you didn't get out of the way of it.
Oh, yeah, he locked up the front, Perez.
Oh, Checo, man.
Just didn't have enough temperature
Might
in the
play
tyres.
into Leclerc's hands, you know, but I just don't think...
Oh,
I don't
okay.
believe in the Ferrari pace. Leclerc's 7 seconds off the back of Verstappen now.
Why is Sainz pitting first out of the Ferraris, by the way? Because he's behind.
Yeah, good question.
Maybe Leclerc's not dropping pace.
Good question,
He's
yeah.
not needing to undercut, maybe.
Good question. As we have
Apparently
questioned many Ferrari decisions.
A question they don't know the answer to.
So you know they all went for like that Seb's last dinner thing, where all the drivers had food together.
The Last Supper.
Yeah. Well, the drivers obviously got interviewed about that when they all came back into the paddock. Apparently, Russell admitted that when they're having that dinner together, Leclerc told everyone if he gets P2 in the championship, he gets a huge bonus from Ferrari.
Really?
Yeah. So you kind of so Leclerc was kind of joking to everyone, being like, so. Let me through.
Joking, not joking.
Got bills to pay.
I'll make it everyone's worthwhile.
That photo of the dinner was hilarious. There was so much drama being taken from it. Like Checo and
who's
Lewis,
sitting next to who?
and Max is at the back, like half his face in the
Mike
photo.
Wazowski, basically.
Yeah.
I was hoping someone would do the like Ashley Cole meme where they just stand at the side.
Oh yeah.
But alas, it was not to be. Here we go. Right, Sainz coming out the pits.
Sorry, I love that. Leclerc's seen his fucking electricity bill, and he's like, lads, I need the bonus. Come on.
Big money. Vettel P5 now. Vettel taking this stint longer. Still about probably just over half the field's pitted now. But I started on the hards. Magnussen started on the hards, but Ricciardo, Alonso, Vettel, Leclerc and Verstappen on mediums have not stopped yet.
Yeah. I mean, if they're not losing pace, then it's working for them.
George Russell overtakes Daniel Ricciardo.
Well, he's on newer tyres. So it's
That is a better car, you know.
Yeah, the tyres are definitely gone. On board with Fernando. Fernando looks quicker than Vettel.
He does, yeah. He's having a sniff.
Which, I mean, again, Ocon was getting swallowed up by Vettel. So Alonso's pace is just looking unreal. He's just driving with freedom now, I think.
He's just good at driving, isn't he? Fernando Alonso.
That
Yeah.
guy, decent driver.
All right, competent behind the wheel.
Decent. Not bad.
Well, Hamilton's coming into the box, so the team will now be able to see if there actually is any proper damage to the floor or not.
Yeah.
Hamilton in the pits. Let's see if Mercedes bottle this one.
Hey, that was
looks
very
alright.
good.
Wow,
That was
very
very, very good. Wow. 2.3. George Russell under investigation officially after
I mean, that is 100% unsafe release.
It's a slam dunk, lads. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Which is kind of a bit harsh on Russell because he didn't really do anything wrong.
It's not his
but-
fault, yeah. Because when you're in that cockpit, you just
you
can't
can't see
see anything outside of it.
Yeah, if
have to rely
Hamilton's
on
sound
the,
floor's broken. I mean, I'd be shocked if it isn't. Oh, nice.
What's that say?
It's Aston Martin tyre. They've written loads of people's names on it.
Oh.
That
Well,
ink
that's cute.
adds weight.
Yeah.
God, what are they doing?
Oh, Alonso's catching
I mean,
Vettel.
Williams, yeah.
Seb's just like, lads, why the fuck did you write on my wheel?
Right, Sainz passes Alonso up the inside of turn 4.
Vettel P4, stop the count.
Yeah, red flag it now, ladies and gentlemen.
Latifi, you know what to do.
For a second year in a row, Latifi just bins it.
Yeah.
I was thinking, the longer that Seb can extend this stint out and potentially hold up other drivers around him, you know, stick the hard tyre at the end, he'll have more compound. So I mean, yeah, you would think one stop, wouldn't you?
I think the fact they've gone on to hards now, like it's going to be a one-stop.
You'd think so, yeah.
Science is launching that at Seb. Please not through there, mate.
Carlos, that's not it, mate.
Can't park there.
You can't do that. You can't park. You can't park there, sir. There we go. What do we make of the Abu Dhabi track? Because I know it's one of them that I think most people would prefer to see Brazil as the finale, but actually I think it's an all right circuit, you know?
Massey's favourite circuit, isn't it?
I was... I
think it's home away from home.
think, honestly, I just don't want it to be the final race of the season anymore.
I'm happy for it to be on the calendar.
No, 1,000%. It's a decent enough track,
Yeah.
but it's not a finale. I mean, we had last year, but that was just exceptional circumstances. But overall, it's not a last race of the season track in terms of quality of race.
Yeah.
Like, I can count on one finger the amount of good races we've actually had around here, I reckon. like proper good ones. As Alonso almost
What would
bins it.
you replace it with? Brazil?
Yeah, Brazil.
Yeah.
Because Brazil used to be the finale.
It's
I
had
think
some
it's
classics
more because
finale.
you've got the heritage there as well. Whereas here, like excluding us sort of like last year, you got some good races, but then it's not like Monza or like a Silverstone or a Brazil where you had so much history already there. I think probably Formula One though would probably want it to be a night race as a finale.
Yeah.
Which if you can imagine Brazil as a night race would be insane. Like the amount of like fireworks and stuff, that would look so cool.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they need to do. Just change it up. Let's go tonight.
What's happened to Alonso here? Because he's down in P14.
He bit it. He did just bit it, but he's now behind Yuki. Which is the
Yeah,
best thing.
that's what I mean.
Obviously,
It's like
pitted as
Ocon
well.
pitted as well, and Ocon's P9.
Oh yeah, true actually.
And
Yeah.
they were like really close together. So I
They
think,
haven't lost that much time through undercuts, have they? Otherwise, Seb's in the bin.
yeah, maybe. But again, he'll have fresher compound at the end. But it depends if anyone's.
Honestly, I'd rather have track position round here.
two-stop.
Daniel Ricciardo's P18 as well.
Hey, you just passed Gasly for P19.
I mean, that's fair. That did happen. Sergio's very close to Max as well there. I'm really surprised about how many drivers have just kind of been like, yeah, fuck the undercut, lads. We'll just stay out for a bit.
Well, look, so Verstappen's come out 15 seconds behind Charles Leclerc. But Charles probably going to extend, isn't he?
But Sergio's a second behind him. He was 4 seconds before the pit stops. And he had that Ferrari with fucking Sebastian Vettel as well. And he's still right there.
Interesting.
It's absolutely mad that Verstappen.
Seb now!
It's mad that's a 5-second penalty. Russell.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
It is mad though that like lap
Leclerc box.
21, by lap 21, Verstappen already got a free pit stop over Perez.
Yeah,
Just shows it's just a complete different.
Max has looked incredible this
It's
race.
insane.
And again, I think the Mercedes, if they'd have been starting 3-4, I think they'd be closer to the Red Bulls because I think they've got better race pace around here than Ferrari. Quite clear. I mean, Leclerc was saying earlier on in the weekend that after like 4 laps on his softs, 4 corners on his softs, they were gone. I'm like, bruv. But what does gone mean? Gone is a word that's used a lot in F1.
Mate,
Gone.
where
are they gone?
If you can't get to a straight with your tyres still intact, that's a bit of a problem, I can't lie.
Leclerc hards. There we go.
The hardest of the hards.
The thing is, we all know Abu Dhabi, a safety car can change everything. So
Yeah. I really hope so because I think the strategy for Ricciardo, he's currently P18 at the moment, which clearly shows the undercut's definitely not worked. And it's just,
yeah,
I mean, he was running comfortably P13. He's just lost all those positions just from.
could be an opportunity for Norris here actually. Where he's only 2 and a bit seconds behind Hamilton. Hamilton probably has damage
as well. Yeah.
But Norris was running P7 anyway, so in theory he should have it.
Leclerc comes out just ahead of Sainz.
Sainz will have DRS though down the straight,
Yeah.
and he is pretty close to Charles.
Just nudge him all the way down. Just
Yeah.
nose to tail.
draft.
Give you a bump draft.
Yeah.
I'll do the job.
No, I think Carlos is gonna let this one slide. He's not involved in the second place.
Yeah, surely the team are going to be
Battle.
like, don't bother racing.
What's the
Yeah,
point?
yeah,
It's-
This is not your fight, mate.
Yeah, it's not worth it, is it? Stroll up into P10. Interesting. Again, Vettel's the only driver who's not pitted
I
now.
just know that's going to backfire. I know
Yeah.
that he's now going to end up like 14th because of the.
I think it'll be
undercuts
lower
and
than
everyone
that, mate. Yeah.
The thing is that they've they've played their hand. Now they've just got to try and make the best of it.
else. But I just don't understand.
They've got
why.
hope for a safety car. A safety
Yeah.
car would be a worldie for Vettel right now. Oh, slow for Verstappen, that left rear.
And he still got out in front of Perez.
Still 3.4 seconds as well. So you got George Russell
Crikey.
on the back of Sebastian.
He did a new team radio this weekend. He said, no problemo.
No problem. That's a very George thing to say, isn't it? Really, it really is.
I did hear that.
George
Mega job, everyone. No problemo.
I hate that word so much.
Mega.
I wouldn't be surprised if he came on the radio and went absolute bants.
It really is, yeah.
The most
Do you ever
British guy
fancy
ever.
yourself as a racer, Zach? Done much karting?
Yeah. I mean,
He's got the motocross experience.
the
Yeah,
motocross
that's what I mean.
experience, like I've raced that for like 15 years, so that was good
out.
fun.
Do you still do it?
Nah, I moved to London to do stupid videos on the internet. But
I see synergy here. I'm hearing the crossover here.
yeah. But no, I was doing a summer series at Buckmore this year, but then I just couldn't make a few of them, and then just sort of fizzled out. Love a bit of karting there.
Yeah.
That's a great track, Buckmore. So
Little move there from Hamilton over Vettel.
yeah, I do wonder if Maybe this is genius from Aston Martin. Maybe it
isn't. I'm telling you now, it's not.
Double overtake.
Oh,
3
wow.
miles.
I love that.
Wow.
Very nice.
Fernando Alonso getting up the inside there of Tsunoda and Bottas in one go.
Lovely double
Here
there.
we go, though. Tsunoda's coming back at him.
Yeah.
With DRS.
Oh, hello.
They've both got DRS.
They've
Look,
both
little
got
scrap
DRS
this
on
is.
Fernando.
Oh, no.
Lovely scrap. Yuki Tsunoda, the main man, the small king himself. Pack up into P11.
Yuki needs these points to help his team out. So, again, it's advantage. Well, look, as things stand right now, it's advantage Aston Martin, but Seb will fall back when he does eventually.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
He's just
But he was
hoping,
literally,
yeah.
he was behind, he was right with Ocon, right? And Ocon is now 6 seconds behind him and Vettel hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah.
So he's going to come out like 12 seconds behind Esteban Ocon. Fun.
Then they must just be praying for some form of safety car.
They just didn't need to. I just don't understand. They could have just brought him in at the
Yeah.
same time as Alonso or something, or Ocon. Such a weird decision.
That's the thing. They've just kind of made their bed now, haven't they?
Yeah. It's like they didn't pit one lap after Ocon. They were like, oh, fuck it, lads. That's it then.
Well,
Just gotta stay out
we're
now,
going
that's
long.
it. Well, there's nothing we can do now.
The only logic I can apply, I didn't see because they put the Pirelli recommendations out, don't they? Like whether people do a 1-stop or a 2-stop based off of their like analysis. But I didn't see that beforehand. But I mean, Karun's saying he thinks it's going to be a 1-stop for Vettel, which implies that everyone else is going to 2-stop.
Maybe, that's the dream then. Maybe that's the one. But
I mean, we've not even done half race distance yet, so
Yeah.
if you can go a bit further, and obviously the car gets lighter as the race goes on as well. So
Right, Alonso versus Tsunoda.
take 2. Ooh.
ooh, nice.
Very good, very good.
Decisive up the inside from Fernando there. Yeah, I mean, Fernando's clearly got more pace. I think Yuki just needs to try and do his best to hold on to the back of him now.
I wonder when we're soon going to start seeing more track limit violations.
Yeah, later in the race, I think.
Yeah.
We'll start ticking off those boxes for sure.
Because I'm seeing a few times where they're just going over a bit, just over the curbs, but nothing's coming through on terms of
Lando
graphics
getting
yet.
past Seb. Boom. That's a good point. Brundle just made actually. The whole reason they introduced DRS was because we'll remember here in Abu Dhabi when Alonso was
2010.
stuck behind Petrov
For the entire race, lost in the
the entire
championship.
race as Usher.
Oh, Usher.
is,
Usher's in the place, you know. All right, cool.
them hats off
Usher,
and that.
Usain Bolt, Big Shaq.
Yeah. They had who's the
Solid company. That's a good tune, that is.
who's the guy who does the hand stuff?
Oh, yeah, he introduced the, he gave
Yeah.
Pirelli, the one.
That guy.
Cabby
That's it.
Lane.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy
Lane
from TikTok.
was-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the worst. We're just getting eaten up by everyone.
Oh, Vettel's not happy on the radio. I mean, understandable.
Sitting duck, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying everyone else is 2-stopping.
Right, okay.
So-
So that makes a little bit more sense now, but I still don't like it.
Yeah. Look, marathon, not a sprint.
No.
Famous last words.
No, it's a sprint. It's,
No.
This is a sprint.
Ricardo overtake on Kevin Magnussen.
Making moves.
The Amos goes wild. Haas are nowhere today.
Hassan nowhere.
No, if anything, has to been really, really strong this race. So for Ricardo to get past them both just shows how great
Impressive
they
showing.
Although Mick's caught up to K-Man.
Oh, here we go.
He's
Mick's gone for the
overtaken
move
K-Man.
as well. Go on, Mick.
Simply lovely.
He's got a point to prove.
Yeah, that's for a contract next season.
That's it. The season after next.
20.
Yeah. 2025, something like that.
He's going for
I
Mercedes
wonder.
Reserve.
I genuinely wonder if Logan Sargent didn't get super license points, if that would have been Mick's opportunity
yeah,
then
definitely.
to come for that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not even
Well, Yoska
lying.
Pito came out as Vettel pits.
Oh, here we
we
go.
go. Finally.
Onto
Imagine he
hards.
puts mediums on.
Seb, no! we go again.
They're not Ferrari, don't worry.
Yeah, no,
Oh, no,
true.
it is a bit slow. Oh, it's okay. It's
Oh, he was fuming. Did you see that little head shake from him?
4 seconds.
It's not awful, but he's... What
was that?
He's going to be 19th.
His line up the rears, I
Why
think.
did...
He's going to be 19th.
Yeah.
He's going to be behind. There goes Mick. There goes K-Man.
What? This is what happened with Ricardo. He went down to 18th.
Wow.
Is he still ahead of Latifi? He's ahead of Latifi. Come on, mate.
I'm
See,
confused.
wait,
He has
was that
to
not my? Is that not my predictions for the bottom four? The TV, then Vettel. Who else do we need? Ricardo.
Honestly, we should actually do that for your prediction and make it so that if it's the other way
I'm
around.
happy to swap that. Yeah.
That's it.
I don't want it to be the case, though.
It'd be a sad state of affairs.
Yeah,
if
it would
was.
be, yeah.
Oh,
So,
well,
Niran, what's
yeah.
the latest on Latifi watch?
Latifi watch is that he's 11 seconds behind the rest of the pack right now. just driving around on his own.
You know what? Like,
chilled out.
in qualifying,
Waving to the fans.
in qualifying, he was actually really close to Alex. He was like less than a tenth off.
Yeah.
But then, he will occasionally have these qualifying sessions where he's actually really close to Alex, very occasionally. About as occasional as Ricciardo has a really, really good performance, where it's like 1 in every 4 races.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then in the races, he's just, I don't know.
He wasn't even that far behind before the pit stops, and then it's just kind of, it's like he pitted and was like,
right, here we go. So this is Vettel coming out the pit. What?
He went on the brakes. He just
very odd.
Well, the pit exit light was green, so I don't know why he needed to brake. Maybe he was getting temperature, or the pit limiter wasn't on, so then he had to slow down to make sure he didn't overspeed in the pit
if that's
lane.
the case and he had to brake, then he's probably broken the speed limit in the pit lane. But
I mean, I can't hear what the commentators are saying. So
no, they don't seem to know either. They don't seem to know. Confused. Vettel comes out the pit.
Kind of Magnussen
seems to hit the brakes coming out, like going.
He's just locked it up.
He's just doing a cool skid.
Weird.
For
the vibes.
This is a question I was going to ask you guys. So obviously, a couple of years ago, we had that famous shot of the 3 guys doing donuts on the everything here. Surely they just with this race, F1 and the FIA are kind of like they're going to be like, right, we're not going to inspect your tires because you are all going to just fuck them all up. You're going to spin them around.
Yeah.
So how many people do you think we're going to see doing donuts then? I'm guessing Ricciardo. I'm guessing Schumacher.
I personally need to see Latifi do some donuts as well.
Yeah.
Do you think it'll all be on the start finish straight, or do you think it will be like just?
I mean, there's a lot of
space. Wherever the fuck they want. Honestly, there's quite a few spots. In
so my understanding is that iconic image of them on the pit straight is actually a comped image.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what, the one where they're all in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is because
that's a comped image,
one of them was out of time.
Yeah.
I think Lewis was out of time.
But it's where they've got a screenshot when they.
Sorry to break hearts.
Yeah.
They
were all doing donuts.
Sorry,
it's just they weren't in time.
I saw your little
Lewis
heart
had to do it out of time, didn't he?
Oh.
Fernando Alonso out.
Retiring Fernando's car.
Why?
Christ.
Well, that pretty much sums it all up, doesn't it?
Oh, he's not going to help Vettel anymore doing this. Should have stopped on track.
Albon P11.
If Alonso wanted to help out Vettel, he should have stopped on track.
Maybe that's what he means. He's just, you can have that place.
Yeah, but Vettel's already...
Latifi up again. We move.
Come on, yes.
Your predictions are now in mud.
Yeah.
Tittinell. No, it's at the finishes.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
let us know what that retirement is if you find out.
Oh, yeah, no, they haven't. They just said had to retire the car. Seb
makes a move. Pierre Gasly.
Pierre Gasly.
Pierre Gasly.
I hope that lockup didn't cause too much damage to those tyres because he needs to take them to the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hello, it's all kicking off here. Haas versus Alfa Romeo.
We're seeing a lot of overtakes.
Yeah.
We are, to be fair.
Not at the top.
No.
Which I think is why this race probably won't be remembered. But in terms of the amount of overtakes, we're getting a lot.
Yeah, we actually had a decent amount.
But Perez is only 2 seconds now behind Verstappen.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's strategic from Max, because obviously he made enough of a gap to get a free pit stop ahead of Perez.
No, they're both pitted. They're both pitted.
Yeah, sorry.
Because Verstappen came out just ahead of Sergio.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And the gaps between the field are all looking pretty stable though.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds between Max and Sergio, 2.5 between Sergio and Charles.
11 between the rest of the field on the TV.
Well, yeah, that's right. Norris is only 6 seconds off the back of Hamilton as well, I think.
Yeah. George has got his 5-second penalty as well, which would take him behind Lewis right now.
True. Although
fun.
He didn't serve that in the pits, did he?
No, it was awarded. Yeah, because that's where he did the infringement.
And he had a 5-second pit stop as well.
His pit stop was really slow as well, wasn't it? K-Mag's in.
They preemptive. Yeah. Yeah.
Sergio saying he's been held up by Max. Oh, it's kicking off.
Is he though?
Imagine if he's actually doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
still be like, no, I'm still not over Monaco.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure Leclerc wins it.
Yeah.
Look, we're all suckers for the drama. Let's be honest. Come on.
And we're eating it.
Oh, gobble that right up. If Verstappen backs him up into Leclerc.
Who is it? That was Lewis doing that to Nico, wasn't it? For to be the world champion in 2016.
Yeah,
that was iconic. I mean, you got to play to your outs, haven't you?
Yeah, fair play.
Those were crazy times, man.
Go on, Verstappen, just plant it onto the brakes, hold him up. I'm here for the drama, Mick.
Charles Leclerc sat there just like, what the fuck is going on? Why are these two holding each other up?
But yeah, from a constructor's point of view, it's looking like no change. It's looking like Haas is still in pole position to take that ahead of not pole position literally, of course, to take P8 ahead of AlphaTauri. It's looking like Aston Martin aren't going to score enough points unless Seb makes this one stop work. But then he'd still have to jump Lando. But Stroll's up there in the points as well, so we'll see.
You never know.
Red Bull driving for one start.
Science
Are
asked me
they
if
there?
Red Bull were trying a one stop.
I don't think his engineer was able to actually give him any information there.
Nada.
Yeah. He was just like, Carlos, your guess is as good as mine.
You would think they're going to pit again because that's a long. Still 28 laps to go. We've only just gone over half race distance.
To see a Ferrari hear that radio message and they're just like, oh, that's a really good I'll write that down, actually.
Hey guys, we should do a one stop.
Seb making moves. Passes Valtteri Bottas on the outside turn 4.
Come on, lad.
Oh, Bottas
Valtteri.
keeps his...
Valtteri.
Oh,
He locked
Valtteri.
Oh, Valtteri. He just didn't stop there.
Valtteri.
And now he's going to get gobbled up.
Gobble, gobble.
Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly's nowhere.
Pierre goes,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. Got his guard of
Valtteri
honour.
just...
He's checked out his Alpine boy.
He's just seeing Alonso retire and he's like, well,
It'll be
good.
really interesting to see all these drivers in their new teams in... Well, when's the post-season test? Tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, I think.
Yeah,
Or day
end
after.
of season test. So
Yeah.
we'll see Piastri will be released from Alpine jail in the McLaren. Gasly will be in the
That one I'm really fascinated to see between Norris and
We've not
Piastri.
seen Oscar at all.
At all. There's been
Like,
so
no
much
public
hype.
appearance.
There's been so much hype about him, and
know.
it's going to be so fascinating to see like if he has the same struggles or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is going to be a great battle because Piastri's like a generational driver
Yeah.
to me. So
Definitely. Well, that's the thing. I think it's adaptability is a big factor, right? And Lando has shown that so far.
Yeah.
Oh, what's happened to Ricciardo?
Here we go.
He's making
Ricciardo.
a move.
Making moves.
On the outside. Nice.
That's Guan Yu Zhou.
I feel so bad because I said at the very beginning of the season, I feel like I jinxed him. I tweeted out saying if he gets a podium, I'll get the number 3 tattooed. And then since then, it's just gone horrendously wrong. Like at least like last season, there was glimmers of hope, and he obviously got the win and such.
Yeah,
then it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
this one is just nowhere near, and I feel like I've just done the ultimate jinx. Is that Shaq?
He's just looking after
It
you.
is Shaq, yeah.
Man.
Shaquille,
The Shaq,
he loves it.
Big Shaq. Wow. Like a Pokemon evolution. Crazy. Sick.
I like that. That's good. That's good. He loves it as well. He was there in Miami with
He
his
was,
big
wasn't he?
throne,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah,
Become a meme now there, hasn't he? Where
He was on the podium,
Yeah,
remember that
always
time?
doing the podium, but they didn't do the him standing on the podium like with
Yeah.
all the other drivers for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Russell's keen not to pit too early. Leclerc's got fastest lap. Yeah, look, you know what? I'm surprised how close for Leclerc is to Perez and Verstappen. Maybe they're just managing out front.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, Leclerc's in, and he pitted later as well. Look, he's only
here we
done 10
go.
laps on his
Do you reckon,
tyres.
yeah, because of that, do you reckon he risks going on to mediums for the final stint rather than the hard again? Whereas I feel like Sergio's going to have to pit earlier because he pitted 6 laps earlier.
The thing is, Red Bull was saying that Ferrari have been better on their tyres than they were expecting, so maybe they can take it. I really want to stay in that hotel, man. I really want to stay in that hotel.
Imagine you oversleep and the race starts underneath.
Yeah.
How much is it, Matt? Because you did a video about the hotel, didn't you?
So I didn't. So the normal rooms in that hotel, which goes over the track, the cheapest room you can get there per night, I believe, is like £170. The most expensive one, which
But that's just for a non-race weekend.
I know on race weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
170.
Because it's literally like a really small room. Like honestly, you can't see the track. It's just a room in there. But for
But
the
you know
most-
you're above the track.
You're near it, yeah. Basically.
You can hear it.
You hear the vibrations. Feel it.
The most expensive room in that hotel, which is you have to stay there a minimum of 4 days. It's 6 bedrooms, 2 lounges, and a private swimming pool. For 4 days is £64,000.
That's a house. That's not a room.
Oh my
It's the
God.
penthouse at the very top with your own
that's
private
money.
pool. and
Isn't that
everything.
that's one of the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tiers, isn't it? £64,000.
And someone has actually booked
Yeah.
it for this race weekend because I wanted to look online to get a screenshot of the pricing and whatnot, and I couldn't because someone has actually booked it. But I looked at the previous year's ones. If anything, that price is even more. It's insane. But yeah,
That'd be a hell of a video.
oh, absolutely.
Hell of a video.
That's one of yours,
Tax
absolutely.
deductible. You get 20% back on that.
Yeah.
Send that to your accountant.
I got a helicopter. I got an Uber helicopter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hotel room.
It's a 60k app. That'll be
Stay
over.
away,
From the hotel
HMRC.
into the pool.
Yeah, HMRC are calling you after that, mate.
Ring, ring. Right, Red Bull are thinking about their tyres potentially. They were talking about this. We're coming up to, for the two stoppers anyway, their window to come in.
It's right there.
You're getting closer.
This is what I want to see.
Box opposite Red Bull, Leclerc. Here we go.
So whatever Sergio does not do it.
They're getting ready. Another set of hards.
And
Sergio's
Perez
in.
pits.
So Leclerc will stay out.
There he is.
They've got the tyres ready. Of course they have.
Needs to
Red
be a
Bull.
good stop though, this one.
Ooh.
And it is!
It's a good stop, Perez.
Scintillating.
Each other. They're all-
Right.
all-
Guy, mate, appreciate the super chat. Danka said, by the way, Niran, where's World Cup unpopular opinions? What's going on?
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah. That's a missed opportunity. I meant recording it on Monday.
That's it.
After the England game. So if I'm pissed in the video, I apologise.
I had
Part of the content,
I had
isn't
to
it?
edit you for Quadrant's bucket list video of
Right,
you
yeah,
and
yeah.
Steve at the
football, Austin, yeah.
Honestly, there's clips at the end which I couldn't include because you just like, who's in it? And you're like, we're going to the finals. And it's like, what finals?
I can't even like, we didn't know. We were just like, MLS
Had a
Cup
great time.
finals. Yeah, it was great. It was
Champions League, Austin FC.
sick. Champions League.
We are the
We're going to World Cup final, baby.
The atmosphere there looked insane. though.
Yeah, it was
looked
sick.
so
It was genuinely nuts.
I wonder if, I guess Leclerc will come in this lap then, I guess.
cool. Yeah.
Unless he can extend a bit longer.
Well, I'm saying the mediums, mate. Stay out a little bit longer. Tyre advantage at the end.
Brown.
But Perez is definitely coming earlier than, that's what Ted's saying. Perez
Yeah.
came in earlier than the window that was recommended, so he could be struggling towards the end.
Oh, Latifi's getting in the way.
It's
Good man.
Albon, mate.
Oh, they look the same.
God.
Don't disrespect him like that.
Well, I can't help
Albon 11th, though.
the helmet colours because Albon's wearing a special helmet which has got bits of.
It literally says Latifi on the top
Oh,
of his
no,
helmet.
For fuck's sake, Alex, what are you doing?
trying my hardest.
What are you playing at?
Here we go.
What was Max saying on the radio?
I can't lie, I wasn't paying attention.
Nice.
Sorry about that, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll get team radio replay in a second.
Yeah. if it's anything that.
He started thanking his
Update.
team for the victory. Yeah, already.
Cheers, Sergio, for pitting your dickhead.
That's it. Oh, Matthew Cousins with the super chat as well. Niran, when are we getting an F1 style FTW?
What? Oh, so F1 this week?
Mate,
I did it once. I think I did
Did
it
you?
twice on an F1
Special
channel
edition.
back in the day. Yeah, and realised I did not have the capacity.
special edition transition. Yeah.
I think a little bit less.
Maybe something you could do at like a Christmas thing at the end of the year. So you
Yeah.
can take up FTW or FTY.
FT. I'm going to do that. I am going to do that. But at the end of the season, I think, football this
Yeah.
season.
I made my first ever YouTube short actually a couple of days ago, and I did. Basically just photoshopping F1 drivers' heads on their nation for the World Cup. So like Lance Stroll
That's sensational.
pointing to the Canadian badge.
That's sensational. I'm a big fan of
I
that.
think I did quite a good job. Actually.
I'm a big fan of that.
How did it go?
I mean, I don't know. I've not done a short before, so I don't know what to expect.
But you can now use
It's
that as
done
your
about
first
20k, I think.
You can
Lance
it's now
Stroll.
also could be your first TikTok.
Great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wins.
I can't bring myself to start a TikTok account. That's my problem.
Got to adapt.
And you've got to.
Oh, Ricardo.
Daniel,
Leave him alone, Daniel. Leave him alone.
It's last lap shows civil war here. Tommo
it.
versus
Right,
Matt.
good thing we're opposite ends of the table.
Passes that to Perez.
Hold me back.
Stay away from my boy.
Have to be
Leave him
referees
alone. Leave him alone.
Right, so Perez has got some pace now.
Williams is
Yeah.
that's it. Coming in early.
Well, I'll
He's
tell
got
you what.
good
Like,
pace.
if he goes much quicker than that for the next couple of laps, he'll undercut Max.
Albon in the pits. There we go.
Come on.
Fancy.
Plan C. Look at
They're already on Plan C, lads. Come on.
Logan had to do the little awkward smile to the camera.
Yeah, I know. It's like I've been on TV for a questionably long amount of time here.
Thank you. They're
Just for the-
waiting. They're
just for the
waiting.
seat.
The acknowledgement.
So yeah, surely Ferrari going to just try and do the one stop then, right?
I assume so.
That's the only. If they pit now, then they've lost it for Leclerc. So it's like, right, just stay out there, mate.
Might as well.
Give it your best.
I wonder if they'll split
Give
the
some
strategy.
action.
Because then it's Perez having to go through. Yeah, Perez won't get up to back where he is now unless
If they use Sainz as a rear gunner as well,
Yeah.
leave him out there
Just split the strategy for vibes.
for vibe. I hear that. Yeah.
Why not? Well,
But that would be the
came
smart
quite
thing to
late,
do, but it's not. It's this Ferrari.
Yeah. The thing is, Ferrari, you know, they're ahead of Mercedes. That was the only battle they had going into this race. Leclerc's ahead of. Well, no, Leclerc's behind Perez. Well, he's ahead of Perez right now, but he'll probably be behind Perez. That's the only battle. But even then, that's for the drivers. You know what I mean? It's not that important to the teams.
George saying, if you want to box Lewis first, it's no problem for me. What a kind, generous man.
Yeah. Well, he was saying earlier he doesn't want to come in too early. So it's his kind of way of getting what he wants.
Yeah.
Or making it sound like, oh, it's
a minute
just
for the
up
team.
Yeah.
No, he's got a 5-second penalty anyway. He's net behind Lewis at the moment. So
I think George has got that dog in him to take it to Lewis.
Got that
What have
dog
you
in
made of, like, because George has not been afraid to have a go at Lewis at times this year.
Yeah, but they're keeping it very PR friendly, aren't they?
But they're not fighting for a championship, are they?
No, they're not. They're not. I mean, very impressive from him this season, and I'm excited. I just hope the car's better next year. I hope they're starting off strong.
It's looking good, the fact that they've had such a strong end to the year.
He does make me laugh, Russell, though. He's just I don't know the word for it. Just the most
Tory.
epitome of the most British. Yeah.
Tell me you're a Tory without telling me.
yeah,
It's just,
genuinely.
even like the nasal voice. And like, just
Well, George Russell is
definitely
the
wears,
kind of
like-
guy that.
He wears tweed.
Yeah.
1000%. He definitely wears tweed. He has a sheepdog.
There's photos of him with a full tweed suit in like Scotland and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I think
See,
he's
I knew this. I knew
I think
this.
he's a Belstaff ambassador,
Oh wow.
and they that's what they do.
really.
Belstaff is like posh barber. It's
Yeah.
like barber even more expensive.
Nice.
So it's like, listen, this. But that's what I like. All these different drivers, they're all united by racing, but they're all so different as characters.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's different wealths being explored. Like George has just got a wealthy family, being quite a posh one. Like Latifi, just because his dad's got a huge coffee
Businessman,
company.
yeah.
Then you got Hamilton, who just come from kind of nothing to there. Sainz, his dad.
Dad is a rally driver.
Same with
whatever,
like
yeah.
Verstappen as well.
That's what I mean. Like their characters are so different. Like you compare, and they change so much. Again, you compare Seb's character, when he first came into the sport versus now is very different. But also, you compare, I don't know, someone like Sebastian Vettel to Kimi Räikkönen. They were like polar opposites. Well, it's funny that I don't know if you saw Seb did a Beyond the Grid podcast.
Yes.
So he did like a full kind of talk about
Right.
a final hurrah, talking about his career. And he was saying like him and Fernando have raced against each other for so long, but they don't even really he was like, I don't really know him.
Really.
Yeah.
It's like you've been colleagues for like
Yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
14 years.
It
or
is
something.
mad.
And
Yeah.
you still don't really know the person.
That's what I was thinking at that dinner. Like, what do they chat about?
Yeah.
Like, what do they chat about? It is like.
Yeah, well, I think Lewis said something fairly similar, that like he's been brought up to like you don't really like these other drivers because you always wanted to beat them, and if they ever like push you off or do anything that aggravates you, you're naturally not going to really like them. But now they got to the point where they can kind of be friends. But like you said, what would you talk about in that scenario?
Yeah.
I understand the team.
Yellow flag,
Oh,
sector 2. Latifi!
Latifi, not again.
They're still going,
Oh, I've got PTSD.
The
lads.
cars are
I've
still
got
going.
PTSD.
but big
Oh,
damage
it's-
for Nicholas Latifi.
Yeah, his rear wing slanted.
Well done, Little.
Oh,
But he didn't
no.
stop
That
it
could
on the
tear
track,
off, though.
It wouldn't be out.
Oh, he's got a puncture. No,
Rear
he's not got a
left,
puncture.
yeah.
He's just got paint on it, I think.
That was
Oh, that's a cheeky
that was
overtake there.
Kevin Magnussen
No,
and
no.
Nicholas
Do you reckon
Latifi
he got
coming
any help?
together.
Well, he ended up in there with a Haas, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's just whether it was him that created the situation.
He was obviously making moves.
He was obviously making moves. He's seen your prediction on his dashboard, and he's like, I've
It
got
literally
fucking...
summarises Latifi's season, doesn't it? Of course he had to do it on the last race.
Well,
to be
let's
champion.
see what actually happened. We haven't seen a replay yet.
But it's the fact that it's him, though. Regardless,
Yeah, he
it's
found
The
a way
fact
of
that he's
getting-
just there,
Yeah,
it is
it's-
just, yeah. As
It's
Lewis
not-
Hamilton's
it's not
bearing
him.
down on George.
Yeah, George is catching up, getting
No, he's-
caught up. Sorry.
So strange, by the way, that Lewis had like no pace in that
Yeah.
first stint, and then he's just been like, actually, no, my floor's fixed now. Feel
Yeah.
good. Feel fine.
Yeah, definitely. That's very, I do wonder why. That is weird.
Oh God, they're catching Latifi.
Oh,
Perez
Perez
time
track
deleted.
limits.
Perez has lost his time. I'm guessing that was a fastest lap or something.
Latifi's crawling around trying to get to the end, trying to stay out the way.
Oh no.
Well,
It was
that's
Mick Schumacher as well.
it's an
what
unfortunate
tragedy.
way as George Russell comes into the pits. Unfortunate way for Latifi's F1 career to end.
Nope.
That's it. It's done.
It isn't.
It's an unfortunate, but it's a poignant.
It fits.
Poignant, yeah. I would say that's emotional.
Oh, Nicholas.
Sainz is in as well as George Russell. He's got his 5-second penalty, so he's just served that. By the way, on team radio, they were saying to Sergio that they're expecting Leclerc to go to the end. So they have split the strategy with Ferrari. Sainz has come in.
That first.
Yes, a literally world first.
Leclerc's like, right, I'm not listening to you. I'm just going to stay out here.
I'm staying out, and if he overtakes me, he overtakes me.
Yeah, well, at least we'll see a pass potentially for position at the front.
4-second place. Can we see a replay of this?
Yeah, why haven't we seen a replay of this yet?
It's probably just because the pit stops. Get the pit stops out of the way, and then they'll show us, hopefully. Oh, yeah. I wonder how much damage Magnussen's got. He's 8 seconds off the back of Bottas.
Yeah, cause I couldn't really see, because we saw Latifi in the barrier, but I didn't really see, it looked like he just spun. Maybe he was like trying to avoid Latifi going into
Yeah, I literally have no idea.
Yeah.
Collided and both spun, not entirely sure.
Hamilton doesn't want to be left on a one-stop. So he's not happy. He's not confident to get these tyres to the end. It's a matter of like chucking on softs late on, maybe.
I was going to say, if he's got some new mediums, then that would be great as well, to be fair. Sonoda's on the soft, so...
Yeah, if Hamilton pit now, he'd be coming out P9.
But AlphaTauri aren't known for the best strategy calls either.
They are not, no. Yeah.
Here we go, replay.
Oh, hello.
Latifi.
Right, so...
Okay, right. That
was very uniform.
Wow, lovely stuff
nice
from
pirouette there.
both of them.
Okay,
I thought that was Magnussen.
Not entirely sure how Mick Schumacher's managed to do that, to be honest.
Yeah,
he's very far.
Latifi breaks way too late and then darts across.
I mean,
I don't know. Mick has just driven into
I think Mick's-
that is both drivers running out of talent.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's
I don't think Latifi's done too much wrong there.
he hasn't, but he was very slow through the corner. But Mick has also...
Yeah, but he's Latifi.
Yeah, that is
in
true.
a Williams.
It's on brand. It is,
Yeah.
but...
Magnussen caused it, but then I can see why he's gone for it because, Latifi broke way too late and went wide and was trying to dart in, so then the space was there.
I was convinced that was Magnussen, but obviously
Yeah, no, it was
just
Mick.
a half
It was
driver,
Mick.
whoever it is.
Yeah.
But it's like it's both of them basically just being silly. So there was space on the left for him to go, but then
Get them both
He was
out.
battling with Mick last year when he crashed, wasn't he?
I think so.
Latifi is now
History repeating itself.
38.5 seconds behind.
but no, I would put that one on Mick, I think.
Yeah, I would as well. I know Latifi was going slowly, but you can't just run into the back.
I think
of
so
him
we
out of
just
nowhere.
like to shit on him, don't we? That's the main reason.
Yeah,
The thing is, as well,
it is,
like,
but
the driver behind has infinitely more visibility of the situation than the driver in front.
yeah, you can see what is happening.
Yeah.
So
So Zach, your favourite driver is Hamilton. Is it also your favourite team, or do you have a different team in mind?
I'm a fan of McLaren, actually.
yeah.
Just because they make great content.
They do.
And I'm hoping they invite me to a race soon.
You meant to say
Me too.
Alpines.
McLaren. me too, McLaren. Yes, absolutely. I'm a huge fan.
5 second
Love
time
the
penalty for
countdown.
Mick Schumacher causing a collision.
I think that's pretty
Yeah, it's fair.
Came up that pretty quick as well on the
Yeah, they got
penalty. Quicker than usual.
Yeah.
So we should start to see also track limits now coming into effect. If we saw Perez's last lap being deleted, then we should start to see some black and white orange.
Russell,
Verstappen.
fastest lap.
They're asking Max. He's saying he's okay for now. Last
Okay.
10 laps will be critical.
Yeah.
I do like the lights over the Red Bull livery here. It looks really, really nice.
There's not been much of a scrap at the front, but
No.
you can hope that it will coalesce at the end.
Condensed back together again. Yeah. Sergio's only 2.5 seconds off Lewis now.
Yeah.
Lewis said he didn't want to do the one stop, but at this point, there's only 16 laps to go. Unless he's going to put mediums on, I'm not. He's done a purple sector. So maybe that means he's coming in this lap, and he's just pushing.
Yeah, just get the last out of the
Little
tyres
push
before
lap.
you chuck them off.
Yeah. The midfield's made no sense today. The amount of different people that have been 10th place is out of control. How's Zhou ended up there now?
But Ricciardo up to P8.
I mean, are you surprised?
Look,
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, absolutely.
there is a big time delta between him and Norris, like
Yes.
23 seconds, but he has had to move through the field and
Yeah.
he started further back. Norris has had a clean race. Hasn't really had to do anything, has he? Perez asking if they're going to catch Leclerc at this
Well,
pace.
Vettel's also come back to 11th.
Oh, lordy lord.
Here we go.
He hasn't got a pit again, has he, Seb?
trying-
No.
So
No. He's trying to make
Wherever
one
he
stop
makes up
last.
to. Maybe this strategy will work for him then in that case. I was grilling
The U-turn.
The U-turn.
Yeah, no. Me, I wasn't saying nothing. I was
We got receipts, Niran.
I just thought everyone else was on a one
loud and
stop.
clear. Yeah, no, it'd be interesting. Yeah,
Ricardo up.
I do wonder. Yeah,
Soon? Oh no.
it depends how much.
Norris?
I hope
Pace
No,
Sebastian
I think Norris basically had a free pit stop there. I think
Yeah.
we'll see. Come
What are we
on.
thinking? Do you reckon Hamilton's going to stay out just to piss off Perez? I would, just to get him back for last year.
Yeah. You lost me a championship, mate. I'm losing you
Torpedo.
one. Yeah.
I'm surprised Latifi's still going because that rear wing was broken, and usually
was,
when
yeah.
that rear wing breaks, that's not a quick fix at all. But
He is a danger to himself anyway. So with a slanted rear wing,
He just
him
pulled
going.
into the
helping
box and they're like,
Yeah.
we're going to retire the car. And he's like, no, please, just do whatever you can. Just fix it.
just rip the wing off, and I'll
Put
just
duct tape
drive
on it,
wingless.
I don't care.
Guys, this is really helping around the left. It's just completely wonky.
Knock on ahead of Ricciardo, Matt.
Shut up.
I choose not to hear.
I know what to do.
And Vettel is ahead of Stroll. Here we go. Oh, this is getting a bit, bit
Oh,
weavy.
lordy lords, hello.
Joe. Oh, careful, Joe.
Hey, it's his final race, Guan Yu. Come on, mate.
Vettel gets
Not
past.
take him out.
Stroll.
Strolls round the Oh,
Stroll's
God.
thinking
no.
about it.
Here we go, here we go.
Oh, and he's wide.
Stroll wide.
Oh, Lord. I mean, he's going to have to give that back.
He's going to have to give that
Yeah.
back.
He's
I
gonna
mean,
have
he'll
to give
feel
that
like
back.
he was pushed wide, but
he wasn't.
he still
There was
overtook
space.
off track regardless.
And he has. He's
Which he
there
does
we go.
give the position
Fair
back.
enough,
Fair
mate.
play. Well done, Lance.
Great move of Joe around the outside.
No terrorism from Lance today.
Leclerc just said if he hits, you don't think he can make it back. So he's going to...
He's going to
Yeah, he's going to. At this point, he has to just stay. I mean, to be fair, he's what, like 10 seconds ahead of Sergio still? I know there's 14 laps to go, but by the time Sergio gets there, his tyres won't be as clean.
Yeah, and
So he
Sergio
might
has only
struggle.
got Hamilton from DRS. As soon as you get past that, it's going to be harder to get past.
Yeah,
Unless you've got
yeah.
traffic ahead, then you can.
And he's also
equalise
got to
it.
get ahead of Lewis as well, realistically. So
Do you think Verstappen's going to do anything?
I think he stays out, to be honest. I don't think anyone will get back to him. So I
Do
don't
you think
think there's any
he's
point.
going to try and... It's risky, try and back up Leclerc? Just to... You know, they've been talking a lot of, happy-go-Larry team stuff this week, haven't they?
Honestly, if he's not going to give him sixth place back, he ain't slowing down today. if he's not going to do that in Brazil, then
sacrifice another race win or something.
He wants his- is it
anyone else,
15
and I'd be
now?
like, maybe.
The thing is, I think Verstappen's entitled to go for that 15th race winner this
Yeah.
season. That would extend the record as well. So
That's nuts, by the way.
Yeah.
15 races in a season, 15 wins.
it'd be mad. So he's entitled to go for that. I think if it's an empty net like that was in Brazil, then fair enough. But I don't see Verstappen really being. I don't think we can expect him to do too much here.
No.
Sergio. He's about to
Go.
drive past Lewis here. This is going to be easy.
Yep.
Up the inside.
No point.
He's got a
little
second,
lock-up.
little lock up, but he's made it. It's all good. He's going a second quicker.
Oh, go on,
And Lewis,
Hamilton.
by the way.
Go on.
Oh God, this is flashbacks, isn't it? A Red Bull
God.
Mercedes scrapping.
Oh no,
those corners.
Latifi's binned it already. Like it's the prophecy's being foretold.
They're there.
Hey, Lewis goes back
Gets
through
him
again.
back.
Love that.
TV director knows exactly what they're doing, using the helicopter shot.
Well played,
I
Lewis.
swear I've been here before.
Lando,
Oh,
not fastest lap.
nice.
Go on, Lando, mate. Get that extra point.
He's on a fresh set.
Yeah, he is. He's on the mediums, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
And
really.
he- no, he's-
this
he's
this
too
fight
far
between
back.
Perez and Hamilton is really playing to the hand of Leclerc.
Yeah, it's
Like,
going to help
just,
Leclerc massively.
yeah,
this.
Perez having to ruin his tyres and
Yeah.
just trying to fight more.
Lando's had a lot of these races this year, hasn't he? Whereas he's kind of been P7, quite comfortable, not quick enough to challenge the top six, but also pretty comfortably clear of the midfield.
Yeah.
Apart from when Fernando Alonso's about, because he's been the one who's been taking it to
Yeah, I feel like
Lando for
Fernando's
sure.
picked up a lot of sevenths, like best of the rest.
Yeah,
When his car's not been blowing up.
yeah, for sure. I do wonder. So, we think Lewis is staying out to the end, right?
He has to now. There's no point. There's only 12 laps left.
Which he was like, he didn't want to stay out. He wanted to pit a second time.
I don't think he's losing enough time to George Russell for it to be worth, you know. He
Is
might
it
as well
just-
just stay out now anyway.
Is it just me, or have Lewis and the team disagreed a lot on strategy this year? I feel like there's been a lot of times where Lewis has wanted one thing, the team's wanted another thing.
Yeah.
More
Every race
than
has been
usual.
like, nah, I'm good, lads. I don't want to.
That's clever from Perez. He could have easily passed Hamilton there. He chose not to, so he can get DRS in the next
But he's not that
yeah.
close.
So Lewis won't get him back.
Yeah.
But that Red Bull is a
he
rocket
could have
ship.
easily passed him. He says, yeah, now he's going to pass
Park
him
it
here.
on the inside.
Jeez, look.
Oh, I think
I mean,
Lewis should have
Lewis
defended the inside
Would have
there.
defended that if I'm going to be honest with you. But I guess
Yeah.
for him, it's one of those like he's going to overtake me in the next 12 laps.
Yeah.
I might as well not waste
Lose
too much time.
Yeah, true. That is sometimes the annoying thing about this sport. It's like you want the drivers to defend every position, but the reality is it's like
We want them to race how we all race at go-kart.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
the difference.
Yeah. Balls to the wall.
but that's just not the reality, is it?
I mean,
Just back on the radio, like I'm losing power, guys.
Yeah. It's a massive shame he hasn't got a win this season.
That is a shame.
It's
Yeah.
a big shame. Last weekend, closest.
Could you imagine safety car with 5 laps to go? Lewis puts some new tyres on
Yeah.
and wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix on the last lap against Max Verstappen.
That's the only way this GP is going to be remembered.
Yeah, it's not been a classic so far, lads. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Come on, Sergio.
That's the
Set
thing.
off some fireworks for us.
There's been a lot of overtakes, just not at the sharp end,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's one of them. But again, I'm still very optimistic for next season and onwards. So I think, given this is the first season of new regulations, we've had 6 different pole sitters I think this year. I know there's not been many podium sitters outside of that top 6, but it's just Lando, isn't it? There's been 7 different podium sitters, 6 different pole sitters. I think for a new set of regulations, Ferrari should be closer to Red Bull than they are through their own incompetence. And I think like the midfield has been mad close as well.
Yeah.
Like even Williams haven't been a mile off the amount of times Alex has finished
That's
like
the thing,
around
that's-
P12.
This is what
kind
we've
of
said all
place.
season, haven't we? We've said like if you were to have a decent driver replacing Latifi, that could be an easy midfield team. Because if you had someone else like Alex's capabilities,
Yeah.
pushing that team forward, that could easily be a midfield team. It's just-
Yeah. I mean, Alex is 13th now.
Yeah.
I mean,
It would,
he's
yeah.
in the midfield.
'Cause-
So.
And that's the thing where, like, Pierre got that P5, I think it was in Baku, which got him a lot of points. Obviously, K-Mag got that P5 first race of the season as well. Mick got a P6. Canada, no, not Canada, he broke down in Canada. He got a P6 at some point this season. So Williams have never had a real big haul of points, but they've got close to the periphery. A lot of times, and a lot of aerodynamic testing for next year as well. So
Yeah.
He's
Albon 2023, you heard it here
what
first.
champion? Is that what we're saying?
I mean, yeah, sure, why not?
But also fair play to Aston Martin, where beginning of the season they were basically almost like the new Haas effectively, and now you can see them here. Like in the last few races, they've been comfortably just on the outside of the top of the top 10.
Yeah.
But obviously in like 2-3 years' time, where the new factory is going to be fully built next to the Silverstone circuit, where they've actually got proper infrastructure there, that team could then properly just launch off. Because again, they've got no issue of like budget coming in.
Well, as things stand, Aston Martin won't catch Alfa Romeo in the constructors, but it only takes a couple of DNFs up top, and Vettel and Stroll were sitting in much better position, 10th and 11th, than Joe and Bottas down in 16, 17. So fair play to Joe as well.
Yeah.
Head of Bottas all race. You think the pedigree Bottas came into that team with, having would match Lewis on his day. 1 in every 4 races maybe. He'd be quicker than Lewis, and for Joe to come in rookie season, I think he's done a great job.
Yeah, especially as we were saying earlier, like he had points in debut in Bahrain. And it's just the first bit of the season, the car reliability was just awful, and it seems like now the car's power has been turned down to try and help with that reliability issues, but now means they're now fighting for 15,
Stroll's
16th.
going on.
No.
Okay,
Leave it alone.
You can't do this. You
They
can't do
swapped
this.
places.
It's got strolled.
Vettel was harvesting, so he allowed it to happen. He was Stroll.
This can't happen. Seb cannot be denied points on his last Formula One race.
Well, Vettel's
reckon he'll be all
quite
right.
far ahead of Stroll, isn't he? In the championship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Vettel's
still
on
very
that.
much stand that he should have got that podium. I don't care about the fuel stuff. I'm like, he should have had that. He should have had that on pure merit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, rules are rules, aren't they?
Daniel Ricciardo's right there for the taking, by the way, as well, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Stroll's coming in. He's drawing him in slowly but surely, isn't he? Vettel, how did we get the strategy so wrong?
It's just a shame, innit? Just a shame.
I think, that anticipation of the 2-stop from everyone.
Man. He was like, what, 8th at the time, right?
Wait, are you going back to it being a terrible track?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Full 360 now.
Yeah, it's a full 360, mate. But we arrive at the same destination.
Yeah, no.
Because there wasn't much to gain. Like if you think about it, it was just like he was already basically top and
They had
best
to be
of the rest.
very sure that everyone was going to two-stop,
Well, I mean, yeah.
which they weren't sure enough, clearly, because
Yeah.
it looks like most people
And
aren't.
even then, the guys that two stopped are back ahead of him again. So,
Oh,
Stroll's
God damn it.
Stroll's got Ricciardo. It's back on. Seb, overtake Danny. Come on, son.
Oh,
Yeah. God's
We
sake.
can't watch it on TV, but
Yeah.
I'm seeing on the tower.
Cheers, director. We're just following fucking Sergio Perez do nothing.
yeah, Leclerc got a radio message about track limits, turn 3.
Yeah, he needs to get a move on. He needs to get a shake on. He's only got, 7 seconds is not too bad, actually. So they're just going to have to gain, like, a second a lap, basically, and then overtake him on the last. Where have we heard that before?
Come on, Latifi, you know what to do. Just do it properly this
He's
time.
already done it. Yeah. He's already half done it.
He half-assed it.
Interesting. I think as well, once production have got it ready, let's have a little look at our predictions.
Oh.
We'll get them on screen as soon as...
Yeah.
Oh, God. I've got nothing left.
I mean, if we flip it, Latifi is right. Just putting that one out there.
Yeah.
If we take away Alonso.
Yeah, I
he's
mean,
out, but
there we
and none of us right.
Um,
That's our race prediction from the
I mean,
start. That's our race prediction from the start.
we're not looking in the... I mean, I've got Max.
If
winning.
Hamilton and Sainz were swapped, mine would be correct.
Yeah, Matt's doing pretty well right now.
I've got
We're smashing, actually, man.
Come on, Sainz.
actually nothing correct. That's brilliant. How have I managed that?
surprises.
How are you doing as bad as that? Yeah, these predictions?
Yeah. And it's not even serious. Like, what is going on?
That is
To be
phenomenal.
fair, my actual one, the other one, wasn't too far off.
We can't disclose the other one.
No, we can't disclose the other one.
Stroll P1.
Also, I think that's helping out production because like production have had to make all these graphics, and to be fair, you know the Williams and Aston Martin probably won't ever be shown in these predictions.
Yeah.
Latifi, you're welcome.
Get rid of the dust and then put the graphics on.
It's the most airtime Latifi's got.
Yeah, definitely 1,000%.
What do you think Latifi will go into next?
IndyCar. Do you reckon?
Really?
Yeah. America's. He's
What do you
Canadian.
reckon? You sound surprised by IndyCar. I mean, he's going to do something, isn't he?
Yeah, but I can't see him in IndyCar though.
Why not?
Why not?
It's just not that good.
What, he's not good
He's
enough
not
for
that
Indy?
good.
What, for IndyCar?
I don't think so. No.
Nah, he could get like 12th in the championship.
The thing is,
in IndyCar.
right, he finished second in F2.
Yeah.
So there's clearly
Terrible F2 season.
talent there, but it wasn't the strongest grid.
I was going to say this is the thing. They had some.
And it was
good
like his
people
9th
there.
season.
He's
Yeah.
had his moments, you know. I think
How old is Latifi?
20. He's older than Alex. He's 28, I think.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see him maybe going to like
a rookie.
Porsche or something, like doing doing like supercar racing or something maybe. But I can't with IndyCar because like
I mean, I guess it's because he's Canadian, so it's a North American series.
Yeah,
so it's easy.
I feel like they'll want to take him.
oh really?
Even, yeah.
I mean,
he's a
that's the
Canadian
FINA
guy
money is going to
in
open
Formula One.
doors, isn't
Yeah,
it?
fair.
Yeah.
I mean that will be more of more again it'd be a paid drive rather than like an actual like talent
I'll
one.
tell you what, Seb's right on Daniel Ricciardo.
7 to go.
The pain.
Stroll's got him and then extended away.
This is actually going to be interesting. 6 seconds between Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez for P2. Straight wall-to-wall fight.
All
He's
I need is
gaining-
science to beat Hamilton, and then my predictions are correct. Come on.
He's gaining 6/10 a lap, which is
Yeah.
not enough right now.
What's that?
Sergio is gaining 6/10 a lap on Charles,
not enough.
which is not enough really at the moment.
This is if Hamilton was going to help out, it would be now. But again, I don't think he would. You know, so here we go.
Black and white flag for Lewis Hamilton.
Ooh.
So he's allowed one. Well, if he
gets
goes
one more,
over one
then he
more,
gets
he's getting a
penalty.
5-second penalty. Yeah,
Yeah.
Which is exactly what Matt wants for his predictions.
yeah.
Not for any hatred against Hamilton.
Yeah, just to clarify,
There's no
I am
prizes.
British, there's no British bias here. Just making it out there. It's just for the predictions. That's all I need.
We don't get a prize, do we? Cash prize?
I think if yours had been right, I think you would have done.
I deserve something.
You would have. Yeah.
Has anyone been on the show before and got exact correct?
Yeah, Blake.
Blake, really?
Yeah, for Monza, but it was because there was like a safety car right at the end, and then it just like
fair.
changed up everything.
No. I mean, he was
You?
Max Verstappen's race engineer.
He should know.
So-
He should
He
know
should
these
know what he's
things.
talking
He should
about.
know these things.
So shout out, Blake.
So I'm up against Blake then.
Yeah.
I think I've got like 3 or 4 maybe on a couple of times, but I'm not going to write home.
Wheel knowledge. Wheel knowledge.
Real wheel knowledge.
Right, Sergio's going to feel so cheated here, by the way, if he doesn't get this. Like he'll be bringing up Brazil for the next 2 years. If he misses out
It
here.
would just be like Monaco.
Yeah.
You caused the only big crash of the year.
Yeah.
Although the point difference between second and third is 3 points. The points difference between sixth and seventh was only 2. So
Yeah, true. It's not quite the same.
wouldn't have actually made a difference if it stays as it
Let
is.
me have my agenda, Thomas.
Conspiracy.
Let me bask in my agenda.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
pool of agenda.
It's not about facts, this Formula 1 business.
That was within a second of Ricciardo.
What are they saying on the radio?
It's desperate times for Perez.
Here we go. No, it's not enough time.
Yeah, he's not gaining enough.
What was Perez saying on the radio?
I think he was just getting told that Verstappen can't back up Leclerc because he'll just give Leclerc DRS.
Yeah.
So there's no point.
Which is fair. I don't
is
think
fair.
you can expect Verstappen to hold up Leclerc in this
Yeah, it's like
instance.
7 seconds clear of him.
If it was like the other way around of like, someone charging through the field and
If
Max
it's
is
for a
behind.
championship,
Yeah.
like I think Verstappen's entitled to go for that win because
Yeah.
it extends his record as well.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
like
I think, last year was a perfect example of Perez defending for the team because he was like, all right, I'm not going to get any ahead, so I'm protecting my other teammate from the person who needs to come through the order.
yeah.
Whereas, if Verstappen's already in the lead, then
this.
it's-
That's what annoyed me about Brazil. It's like if you're going to do it, don't do it for P6. Like do it for something that's worth it.
I'm really a big fan of Lewis saying I should have stopped, even though if he'd stopped, he would be 6th. And he's currently 4th. Like, yeah, he might lose out to Carlos, but he wasn't going to overtake
got
him
some
anyway.
fighting up ahead of him, though.
Oh, it's cool kicking off there. Who's that?
I think it's Alfa
close, yeah.
Romeo.
See, that would just give me the fear. If I was about to lap 2 people and they're just
There
like,
we go. Yeah.
Yeah, these two.
Bottas just got past Mick Schumacher,
yeah.
sporting his Vettel helmet.
Was Alonso wearing a
He's
Vettel
also-
helmet
there's
as well?
there's currently 3 Vettel helmets out on the ground at
Nice.
the moment.
That was confusing.
Bottas went a bit deep, but cracked on.
Pause.
That would have been so cool if all drivers did their own interpretation of the Vettel helmet, of like the German flag going down. That would have been
They
so
all
sick.
wore it. Every single driver.
Oh, hello.
Oh, God. Lewis does not need this at
Oh
all.
God, Lewis is encountered this at the worst possible moment. Blue
Yeah.
flags.
Oh.
Blue flags.
I got very
Mick
close
Schumacher
as
gets
well.
out of the way.
Yeah, Schumacher was. It looked like he almost made
Round
it.
3,
flag.
come on, get out of the way for your boy Lewis. Come on.
Blue
Nice
flag.
Lauda.
Wow.
Max Lauda.
I saw him sat next to Toto. I was
He's
like,
really
I was like,
young.
has Toto brought his nephew to work or something?
Lauda Junior.
Child labour at Mercedes.
How's he got a job then?
Wait, that was Nicky Lauda's
Going to be
son.
on him. The last lap.
Oh,
You
the
got
last lap.
it.
Hubert
That's some
knows.
big words from Red Bull.
He's been subscribed to the channel.
He knows.
He subscribes to the channel. The last lap is what it's going to come down to.
That is fighting talk though. I think they're just trying to hype him
I was
up.
going to say they're trying to motivate him because he's actually not at this point. Like he's got 4 laps to go. Like.
This isn't what we should be saying. We should be.
No. Oh, yeah, Sergio's going to be there, ladies and gentlemen, on the final lap of the race. It's going to be
He can
crazy.
see him.
Yeah, Science is
can
only
see him.
one and a half seconds behind Hamilton now. That's
He's
dropped
gone,
down.
isn't
From
he?
like
See,
4
that
seconds.
is going to be a problem. Like that's a problem for Lewis.
Qualifying laps
But
now,
Mercedes
Sergio.
thought that he would only be able to get back to 5th
Oh.
anyway.
Oh,
so-
hello.
Are they trying to unlap themselves or something?
Bottas just wanted a slipstream. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
this-
here we go. Here we
This
go.
is game over.
I've lost it.
Shifts
Oh,
on.
he's complaining
Sitting
about.
duck.
All right, I remember that.
Hydraulic
Oh,
problem.
hydraulic problem. I tell you what, and he's
he's
slow.
slowed right down.
He's so slow.
Oh no. Hydraulic problem for Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, no.
You just hate to see it.
My prediction was right for half a second, and now it's no longer.
Yeah, it's no longer going to be.
You look at his screen. His screen
in
is
7th.
flickering around.
yeah,
Lewis's race is over.
going on.
Oh, mate.
I don't want to bring this back to my fourth prediction, but Lewis was 4th. In that.
Fourth bottom, yeah?
Yeah.
So all we need is like what Magnussen and someone else to retire just before he gets back to the box.
Yeah.
Wait, this could be really good for Aston Martin. Hang on. So this would move Stroll up to P8, which would get him
Yes.
4 points.
Vettel back
and
in-
Vettel in the points.
This could make Aston Martin jump Alfa Romeo, maybe. I don't know, it's tight.
Lewis must hate this car so much.
Then they'd be on
Yeah,
the same amount
yeah.
of points, I think. If Lewis Hamilton does retire from this race, which it's looking like it
He's
will.
probably starting to hate this track as well, to be honest with you.
And also with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, that's harsh.
2 laps
That's
to
harsh.
go.
It's one of them where it's like, come on, mate. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think if any other
Oh my
constructors
Lord.
might gain from this.
Is Perez going to lose out? Yeah.
Albon versus Gasly. It's
Yeah.
all kicking. This is a Red Bull family reunion.
It's it.
I feel like Albon moved under
Worst time for Perez, this.
At least he gets DRS off them, though.
Yeah.
Flags.
Getting that slipstream.
Gonna get some
slingshot.
slipstream though.
Leclerc's the car ahead of these two.
Oh, giving the
he's
old
not
finger
happy.
wag.
Oh, Sergio, come on, lad.
Not happy with Pierre. Albon out the way, son. There you go. All good. So you didn't finger wag
There's
Albon.
Leclerc at the road. Yeah. He knows the
take
goat.
that.
He knows the goat. Ah, Lewis is out, ladies.
Lewis
and
is out of
gentlemen.
this race.
Rip.
So yeah,
Rick P9.
so Stroll. This would put Aston Martin level on points with Alfa Romeo, and I think Aston Martin have had a better, higher finish. I think.
Yeah,
If they,
through
got
Seb.
if they got to the points first.
Think.
Yeah, or something like that.
But
I think.
Bottas had some really good ones at the start of the year. Oh, I'm not sure how that would go. Interesting.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if it works into the way of if you got the points first, you get it, or if it's.
I think it's
you,
best
or if-
position,
if,
isn't
if
it?
you've got
I think
higher
it's better
positions,
best
yeah.
position.
I think it's best positions.
Right, 2 seconds
Come on,
between
Sergio.
Sergio Perez and Charles Leclerc.
Come on, Checo. I want to see a last lap scrap
Yeah.
on the last lap live for the final
gonna have to-
time in 2022.
Yeah.
Who do you think
right.
deserves it more?
Oh, that's a good question,
I
actually.
think
Perez
ultimately,
because of Brazil, surely.
I want to see it.
Wow, that's just sympathy, though, isn't it?
It is.
That's true.
You've
Leclerc's
got to
had-
have a lot of sympathy for Leclerc, though,
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Leclerc's
team
had more
decisions
things
and-
go wrong out of his control.
Yeah, 1,000.
So I would, yeah, I think.
Actually, yeah, Leclerc because he gets a bonus.
But
Across
they've
the
both,
sea- yeah. Literally.
they've both done bits.
Are you wanting Leclerc as well?
I just want to fight
Yeah,
at the end of the race.
yeah,
At this
yeah.
stage, I want to. Yeah, I want to fight.
Yeah, I just want to
but
fight. Yeah, I don't really.
I do
to
think-
be honest, I
I
don't really care.
I think Leclerc deserves it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's been let down so much by his team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought there's a chance he'll come out swinging this race, and he's doing all right, but yeah, I just want to see a fight on the last lap.
Yeah. That's what we're all here for.
Wait, so if it was to be, let's say, it comes to the last lap, they both crash.
But it is the last lap, Matt.
Oh, wait. Let's say they both crash. Who would then secure second?
I believe it's
Leclerc because he's got more wins
Yeah.
Got you.
than Perez. Right.
Don't want that to happen.
It is the
Full
last
clarity.
lap,
Don't want that-
everyone.
I need to clarify every
Disclaimer.
time. Just disclaimer. Don't want that to happen.
It is the last lap. It's
He's
not
only
close enough.
gained 2/10 that lap of Sergio. His
Yeah.
tyres have kind of evened out to a point where
Also the traffic,
he's not
probably.
quick. Yeah, the traffic didn't help as well.
But it's clear air now. But I think Leclerc's going to be okay.
He's going to need Leclerc to have a stinker of a run out of this hairpin.
Because that's the problem. You can't overtake in that final sector. So
It has to be this just straight over the next, really.
He's going to be getting some slipstream, not DRS, but he's going to be getting
Yeah,
some
that's even
slipstream.
Leclerc's bank account might well be looking nice tomorrow. That's what I'm
I think
saying.
Charles in for a big payday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's got
Perez did the-
yeah. Not a great run. I mean, he's not getting DRS anyway, to be honest.
Okay, yeah,
That
that's
was
it.
one of those desperation. Oh, was someone just gone off in the background? I just saw loads
yeah.
of smoke go up.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Loads of dust in the background.
Albon?
I think, I think someone has actually gone off.
Albon Gasly scrapping.
Or maybe it's just they just locked up or something.
You can't
Oh,
see
yeah,
it,
it was probably a lock up, yeah.
but they're scrapping.
Oh, they're really? Oh,
Alex
Joe.
ahead of Joe.
What is going on for fucking 12th place?
What?
Oh,
Can we see this, lads?
Yeah, that's what
Actually, no, I don't care that much. I'm just Latifi's pitted, he's out.
points. Oh yeah, but yeah. The TV's already gone.
He sacked it off as
And
Matt
there we go.
Verstappen comes
Wow.
across the line to win a 15th
Jeez,
race
look at those fireworks,
of the
my
season.
God.
Jeez!
Oh my
Wow.
days!
so
What the
close,
hell?
Fucking
so
hell.
close to the stand.
Charles Leclerc
Yeah.
hangs on to P2, taking P2
Bravo.
in the Drivers'
Well
Championship.
done.
If Max had let Checo past at Brazil, it wouldn't have made a difference.
Guys,
Yeah.
It's important to remember.
Vettel finished the race in the point.
Well, he hasn't finished yet. Hang on a
Almost.
second.
Oh,
Hang
yeah,
on.
almost
He's
ruined
on the
it.
way. He's on the way. He's on the way.
Currently,
Mate, if Seb and Daniel Ricciardo both get points here, that's sensational. That's a good end. for
Wait,
me.
just waiting for that little check flag
I'm
emoji.
sure this will be Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo level on points. I'm sure because Stroll's got 4 points from this, and Vettel will have got 1. That's 5.
There
and
they
it was a
are.
5
Here
point
come the
difference.
last two boys.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
man.
this is great.
Here we go. Any more
Oh,
scraps?
please don't crash
Come on.
into each other, please.
Come on, Vettel.
I would actually
Vettel,
end it all.
Ricciardo.
If that happened. Oh, I love that with the fireworks in the
Yeah.
background.
Go on, Seb. You can't overtake in the final sector, but give it a go.
Oh, man.
Oh, this is
Ocon
beautiful.
Fireworks
The last few
to end
corners.
Sebastian
beautiful.
Vettel's firework-filled career.
Is Matt crying?
Almost.
That's all right. We'll see Daniel Ricciardo back again, son. We'll see Daniel Ricciardo back again.
Not in the car.
Round the final. Oh, this is poetic, isn't it? Both of them together.
Very cute.
Ricardo P9, Vettel P10.
P10. Seb will be disappointed because of the
That'd be
strategy, but at least he gets a point. in his final race
Now we're
in
gonna see
Formula
donuts.
One.
I want to see the constructors. I think they're level on points. So I genuinely don't know. Chat, what's going on? Let us know.
How would
Verstappen
that be
Radio.
decided? Would that be race results?
Flip a coin, I reckon.
Highest finishing position, I would imagine. Or that, yeah. Or
Yeah,
just like rock,
Flip a
paper,
coin.
scissors after the race.
Yeah, probably.
Best 2 or 3, come on.
Yeah. Fred Vasseur and Mike Crack.
Yeah, what a name, by the way. You can't be called Mike Crack.
Michael.
That's crazy.
Mikhail. Just
His parents just didn't care. Well, that's
Yeah.
mad.
mad. But no, you know what? Max Verstappen wins the race. He's
What
been
a
incredible this
season.
year.
Fucking hell.
You can't doubt that the talent he's got, and with that Rebel car underneath him, it's going to be one hell of a challenge for next season. But hey, listen, 7% less aero testing because of the cost cap breach. They got less anyway
Because they've won the Constructors' Championship.
because they won anyway. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you think cars get taken to? Because I went to the biggest, what is it, wind tunnel in the UK.
Yeah.
And I was chatting to the
course
guy who
you
runs it.
Of course, you went to the big. That
Yeah, day out.
That's very Zach behaviour.
And he
go
was
on, love
he was
donut.
saying, the guy behind there was saying, like, you know, they just turn up without any sign writing on their vans and cars. He said they can't tell what car it is.
really
That's a little conspiracy. for
Conspiracy.
everyone.
interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I remember going up to.
Oh, I love this.
Look at that.
Oh, they're doing the
Wow.
donuts. down
Leclerc
the
and
pitch straight.
Sergio doing donuts. Max as well. I'm surprised Sergio's there, to be honest.
Leclerc's got to be happy.
No, you know, I'm happy for Leclerc. He got P2.
Yeah,
because
I
I
am
think
as well. I think that was the bare minimum,
It's
really.
a sweet ending to what must have been a horrible
Yeah.
season for
that
him.
is the position that he deserved.
Yeah.
He earned over the course of the year, I think.
We're not seeing anything of Vettel and Ricciardo on the screen.
I was going to say, I need to see that. They'll be doing donuts somewhere else on the track.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, Matt, remember when we went to Racing Chocks and they're right next to the Aston Martin
Yeah, the wind tunnel.
facility, which is just like it's
A
just-
shed,
You wouldn't know,
metal shed.
yeah. And it just has a little plaque on it saying Aston Martin.
Yeah, it's where they do the
Racing,
their
It's
wind.
not very James Bond there.
No, not
That's
at all.
what you'd
It's not
expect.
really,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, they're building their new factory, aren't they? There we go. Max wins. Done.
Wins.
And this, look, again, I'll say this before I say it again, like, you know, even if Ferrari had nailed strategy, I still think Max is probably winning this championship.
Yeah.
It will be remembered, I think, as more dominant than it has been, because I think, especially look at the start of the year, how good Leclerc was, but I think Max has been pretty faultless performance-wise this year.
I don't think Ferrari lost enough points off
No.
of blunders,
Correct.
and Leclerc especially,
Yeah.
to turn this around. I think the
Yeah.
second half of the season was just Max just actually being
Yeah.
unbeatable a lot of the time as well.
He's just so mentally resilient as well. Like I think that's where Leclerc has messed up a few times in the battles. He's just like lost a certain bit.
Oh,
Max has come out on top.
there's Vettel.
It's Seb.
Here we go.
He's late, but he's arrived on the scene.
Fashionably late, you know, so he gets the full.
He gets
There
everyone's
we go.
attention. Big fan of that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's all about. Oh, look at him.
Just keep going till the tyres pop.
yeah.
We did
Kind of sad, man.
We did it!
That's Nico Rosberg.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, boo, boo, boo,
Oh, that's
boo,
cool.
boo.
Cool with
Yeah,
the smoke
coming
as
up.
well. I like that.
Vibes. Good vibes. Sebastian Vettel. What a career.
That is the one thing I do like about the end of the season. Everyone's just like, fuck it, mate. We're doing donuts.
I
Don't
wonder
care.
if you got told you need to go to the FI area and he's like, nah, I'm going to come onto the main straight.
1000%. Yeah.
What are you going to do? Fire me?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I'm retiring, lads. Do you remember when Romain Grosjean just did it for no reason? It was like, because he can.
Yeah.
Take it in, Seb. Look at that. Oh, man.
Do you think
End of
he'll
an
be
era.
back? Do you think he'll be back?
In the
I
sport,
don't
as a
think so.
driver, no, but I think in the sport, potentially, yeah.
I think
a hug
he's
from
left
Hulkenberg
for his own reasons. And
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, but the kids are young, right? So as they get a bit older, they get annoying.
Like, darling, I'm getting back in the car. I don't care.
Oh, is that his? I thought that was his dad then for a second.
The backwards cat.
I was like, wow, you're giving him the proper overalls now as
The
well.
main man, the main man. I want to see Norbert's reaction, actually, to be honest.
Trying to find the constructors.
I'll have a gander in a second. Jensen Button is interviewing Sergio Perez. He looks a bit disappointed, to be honest with you. He's lost second in the championship, but
Yeah, fair and fair enough. I mean, it's so close. So close in the end.
I don't think he could have gone to the end because his tyres were so old compared to everyone else. So I think he was kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Absolutely.
Damn, Daniel.
Absolutely. No, but fair play, Checo. I just think I'm really excited for Nick. I think Mercedes have definitely shown that they're
Yeah,
they're
they can do
going to be
something
in
next
amongst
year.
it. Maybe even McLaren Alpine.
It just goes to show, though, that like they came in the beginning of the season with a huge design flaw, which they thought having no side pods would be a huge benefit to them, and it actually was a huge negative. And now they've turned the car around to being at this position. I reckon they will resort back to using side pods next year.
Yeah, I
But now
do
they'll
wonder
be-
about that because
So-
they've clearly unlocked whatever potential they saw at the start of the season.
Yeah.
It's taken them long enough because the porpoising and low ride out, but they have unlocked a lot of the performance that they were like. They've still got the zero side pods.
Yeah.
and they've won a race.
Yeah.
So there is still that's there. It's interesting. They must have decided what they're going to go with for next year, surely.
Yeah, I think the development of the car would have been well and truly already been testing of like what's working, and like maybe they do need to resort back into that because like the porpoising was a huge issue I think for them.
Yeah.
Bit of a risk though, like just changing up everything again for next season.
Yeah, but I mean then it's like it's what.
Well, they're raising the ride heights for next year as well, which I do wonder that Mercedes run their car so low to the ground. Raising the ride heights, is that going to hurt them? Maybe more, maybe less.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who bloody knows?
Right. Should we wrap it, mate?
Yeah, for the last lap.
The last, or last, as you say.
Last lap.
The last lap
The last.
of 2022. Not ever. Don't you worry. We'll
Yeah,
be
no,
back
we'll
in
be back.
2023 for the race. And we're not even going to stop, are we? We're still going to be making content in the off-season.
Oh, we are indeed. Yeah, don't worry about it. Do not stress. we're gonna be making.
You
plenty of
sound
podcasts.
excited about
I'm sorry. I'm so tired. I'm so tired.
It's been a long
so
season. I think we can all do with a bit of time outside of F1.
I need a
but-
coffee before the podcast.
I mean, it's 24 races next year as well.
bloody
Two
hell.
A
more.
lot of races.
It's a lot of races. But
A lot of Grand Prix.
yeah,
You'll be here for every single one.
we
of them.
will.
Indeed,
Exactly.
indeed.
The asteroid in this room.
Yeah,
No escape. Zach, enjoyed it?
Loved it, mate. Yeah, this makes a difference. I'm usually in my boxes, just sprawled out on the sofa. So thanks.
I mean, you're still
Nice.
You're still in the
yeah,
box.
we don't need to mention my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good ventilation down there. No,
That's
thanks for coming, mate. Appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much. Appreciate it. Matt as well. Thank you very much for
Oh,
coming.
no, thank you for having me.
Enjoyed.
It's been great to celebrate this last one, and it's all, I know everyone comes here is always like, this is so cool and everything, but it's generally awesome. But yeah, and thanks everyone for tuning in as well. It's been really, really cool.
Yeah, indeed same. Indeed same.
Niran, mate,
We're suited and booted.
we are.
We're ready for the podcast.
The award, yeah, we've got
Ready for the
podcast
awards.
next, then the awards. So keep your eyes out Tuesday for the post race.
Indeed, yeah.
Chat all about it, and then the awards. We'll see. We'll see. Keep an eye on the. You've got to subscribe to the Last Lap YouTube channel, so that maybe we'll tease it on the community page or something. about when we're gonna drop it.
And you'll find out pretty soon
Exactly.
when that is going to be going live.
Yeah,
But
mate. Should we wrap?
Yeah, indeed. So let's do it.
That's it, man. Thank you all for coming. Appreciate you all taking the time. Again, like the stream if you enjoyed it. Thank you. 2022 finished. Matt, Zach, Niran, Tommo, we're done. And we'll see you next season. Can't wait for March already.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
actually looking forward to
I
it.
can't wait already.
Right.
Sorry, we're still waving.
We're still waving. It's going to be a fight.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Adios.
Bye.